interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Warning. The following program contains explicit language and mature content. It is not meant for the easily offended. So if you are an emotional pussy, please refrain from listening. Thank you and enjoy.
Oh, shit. Shit's about to get real. Shit's about to get real fucking crazy. What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Cujo. My man, Jules. It's
back
the
again,
Words
back again.
on Fire podcast. Back on YouTube. I don't know still how this whole YouTube shit works. There's a subscribe button somewhere down there. Put your subscribe, hit the bell notification, thumbs up.
Just poke it right there.
If you're a stripper, we accept patties if you want to send them. If you're a guy, fuck it, we'll take the G-strap. We'll take the jockstrap. It is what it is, right?
You will.
No. We'll, it's an equal opportunity.
Okay, he talked me into it.
If they identify as a woman, they can't be wrong. You know what I mean? Don't forget to follow us on the Instagram, the Words on Fire podcast. On where else are we? We have a website. I never remember I don't remember what the website is. I think it's just wordsonfire.com. This is going to be a special episode. We wanted to do this originally for the first episode on YouTube. But I didn't want the first episode to be fucked up. So I didn't want to fuck up this episode. So we decided to record one first so we could fuck that one up.
Yeah.
And then that way we'll be good to go.
So you can watch that one, though.
You could definitely watch that one.
Real nice.
So today we got two guests with us. One of the names is very familiar if you're from El Paso. And if you watch several news sources, you'll know the name from the previous... man, I don't even know how to put it. I guess you could say the previous bullshit. I guess you could say. And the other name you're gonna hear is the wife of the gentleman. The wife of the gentleman is Amanda. Amanda, what's going on? How you doing?
Hello, what's up? Doing good.
And now the man of the hour, the guy goes by the name of Daniel Villegas.
What's up? What's up?
This dude has been through some shit.
Through some real shit.
We gonna talk about it. We gonna cry. We gonna laugh. Hey, and I'm just gonna say this straight out right now. I'm gonna say some ignorant shit.
Yeah, me too.
Do not shank me, motherfucker. I know where you've been. I know where you've been.
Just as long as we got those.
As
long as we got those out the way.
Yeah, just don't. Can you pat him down for me?
Because
he's like right next to me.
Yeah, when we got off, I made sure he didn't take any
she
toothbrushes.
She got the metal detector on me.
Because this motherfucker is across the table. I'm like right in the danger zone. But yeah, so Daddy Villegas, he's been through some shit. He made local news, or actually, you were nationwide, right? With the news,
worldwide now.
Worldwide news, where he had. Well, we'll go through the whole thing. The gist of it is, he was convicted for a crime he didn't do. The circumstances, we'll try to go over as much as I can. Like I said, trying to remember as much as I can. I'm gonna probably fuck it up. You could help us out, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll just go by the year and timeline. And
yeah, so right off the bat, dude, how old were you when this shit went down?
16.
You're 16. So what exactly went down? What exactly caused this whole fucking thing? What happened?
As far as what caused it, as how they came to us, we're still trying to figure that out. Like how they got, because they came to my cousin,
okay,
who lived in the Lower Valley at the time.
Okay.
So I don't know how they got his name, because this was an incident that happened in the Northeast.
Oh shit! Okay.
You know, so
what was the incident? What was the incident that you were accused of?
It was a drive-by shooting, and it was 2 capital murder charges.
Okay, and this was back in
93.
93.
It was the year 16, right? 93. Damn. So this back then. This was when like fucking
gang violence
was at its top, right? It was at its
especially in Northeast.
Peak.
Oh yeah, that's that's when your football players weren't the popular kids. You know, it was the guy who was spray painting the wall that was at that time.
Yeah. The pushers and the. Yeah, for anybody that doesn't know, in the Northeast, we got a spot called the Devil's Triangle, which is fucking wild. That's some wild shit. Some police don't even fucking drive by there. Like, fuck this shit. Yeah. I got to go get some coffee instead. So then it was a drive-by, and then you said you don't know how your name came up, right?
Yeah, I don't know how because like I said, when what happened was we were messing with my cousin, right, from the Lower Valley. And like I said, and my cousin's the type of guy, he was real nerdy and stuff, So we'd always tell him all kinds of shit, and then he would believe it, and, we'd be all stoned or whatever to fuck with him. So this is one of the things that we're fucking with him with, and I was telling him, yeah, we did it, and he was all freaking out. Oh my God, you know what I mean?
But it was already all in the news.
Yeah, it was in the news.
Oh, it was on the news. Okay.
Yeah, it was
the whole city already knew. Okay.
Exactly, right?
But you told him that you did the drive-by?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then so he's all and he's all believing it, you know what I mean? And you gotta get it. Like, let me give you a little history first. Like, this is the type of guy he was, and this actually happened. Like we were in, I guess I was like 13 or something, 12, and I told him, hey man, I joined the gang, then he tells me, oh, you know what? A police officer came to our school today, and he said only 5% of the people are really in the game. So this is the type of guy he is.
Stats,
you know what I mean?
Stats. It's a number guy.
Facts.
He's a number.
These are facts.
Numbers don't lie.
Exactly. So we'd always used to like to get stoned and just fuck with him,
Right.
Just fuck with him all the time, and that's what we did. And so after we were fucking with him, and then my boy got on the phone, Marcos Gonzalez, and he's like always been real protective of David, So he gets on the phone, they're just fucking with you, this and that, and then we left it at that. And we went around and we just didn't say nothing no more. We were fucking partying and all that, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like till like I don't know how much longer it was from that. I don't remember the time frame exactly, but just say about a week or whatever afterwards. We're at I'm over here at Village Green Apartments, and we're about to play basketball at Urban High School.
Okay.
So when we're doing that, we see all these freaking cop cars like cruising around, right, like detectives and stuff. And I'm like, back then, they're always raiding them apartments,
Right.
Because it was like we had a shitload of crack freaking apartments in there.
Okay.
So I was like, oh shit, they're gonna fucking raid somebody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to tell the boys, hey man, hurry up and get your shit so we can be playing basketball while our shit's going down.
Right.
So we do, and then when we go and we went to Irvin and we started playing, and these detectives jump over the wall, right?
Oh shit.
And so when they jump over that wall, they tell these two black dudes, they're like, hey man, we want you for a robbery charge. So then we start getting into it with the cops. We're like, oh, what's that, man? All black folks look the same, whatever.
Right.
And so, that goes on. And then they get him, they put him in the car, and they take off. So then we go to that guy's apartment, and we tell his mom, hey, man, they just are getting these dudes for 2 robbery charges that they say they did.
Yeah.
So the mom's like, oh, shit. So she gets in her car and takes off.
Right.
And then we're right there waiting for hours, man. We don't see shit. So I'm like, fuck it, let's go home. So me and Marcos, he like lived with me, right? He's a kid from the street. He didn't have a home. So we're walking to my house, and we get there. And then my phone rings, and I pick it up. And the crazy thing about this is, you're going to freak out about this, right? I'm talking to Helen. That was her name, right?
Okay.
It was my girlfriend at the time. And I'm talking to her about that night. We're talking about what happened that night. Not the drive-by shooting, but what happened with us that night.
Okay.
But so we're talking about that, because she had caught me with this other girl.
Oh.
So I'm telling you, now
hate when that happens.
Earmuffs, Amanda. Earmuffs.
He's a changed man.
Yeah.
He's a changed man.
He's really reformed. This motherfucker really reformed.
I'm about to shake his.
Oh shit.
But he was 16 at the time.
Yeah,
He's cool.
That don't count. It's 16.
It wasn't you.
It's 16.
It wasn't
We
you.
don't count.
Anyways,
It wasn't you.
we'll ask about that other girl later. Anyways, go ahead.
Go ahead, continue.
This motherfucker said it wasn't you.
Yeah.
It's good.
I got a lot better.
There you go.
Have you ever caught me? I had to do it, baby. I had to do it. I seen that on TikTok.
Oh shit.
But anyway, so we're talking about that, and then these cops bust in the door, boom, and then when they bust in, they're saying, hey, well, we got a arrest warrant for Marcos Gonzalez for capital murder, so they grab him. And then they're taking him out the house. And then so I drop the phone, and then I go to the last detective when they're walking out, and it happened to be Marcus.
Yeah.
And I tell him, hey, man, if you don't have an arrest warrant, man, you better take them handcuffs off him.
Yeah.
So he turns around, he's like, well, what's your name? And I said, Daniel Villegas. And boom, he tackled me, and then the other guy came and grabbed me, and then they handcuffed me, and they're like, oh, we've been wanting you too.
Oh, shit.
For a capital murder. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, I live at the hub. You come to pick up another guy from my
Right. From your house.
Yeah, I was like, holy
fuck?
shit. So I was like, I was freaking out, and it looked like that. It literally, man, it reminded me of that freaking movie, man, with Ice Cube. You know what I mean? Because Marco's coming out handcuffed at my house. I'm coming out handcuffed. You got all these freaking neighbors and shit.
Right, yeah.
Look at
They
this
got
shit,
the stories to tell tomorrow. They got stories to tell tomorrow.
I fucking knew it.
The cheese is happening tomorrow for goddamn sure.
They got that dude passing by with the Volkswagen and shit. His kid just came from fishing.
I don't know what happened. They just came in.
Helen was yelling on the phone, I love you.
Oh shit.
I love you. So yeah, so then so then they're telling me about this, we got you for this capital murder. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going back and forth, and they're telling me they're gonna take me to jail, and I'm like, wait a minute, man, I'm a juvenile, I'm 16. What the hell?
Yeah.
So they don't believe me, and then we're going back and forth, and then like I said, we go to North Park Mall.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like a little powwow thing there, right? They get out their cars and they talk and stuff, and then they get back in the car, and they're taking me to CAP.
Okay.
Right? Right there in downtown, or not downtown, in Central.
Uh-huh.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
So
that's what happens when you drink Pepsi.
Right?
That's what happens when you drink Pepsi.
Got to drink Coke, baby.
So when we get there, they find out that I'm 16, so then they realize they fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, oh, shit, we got to get him out of here.
Yeah.
So then they take me out of there, and they take me to the D home. And then that's when it all started. They handcuffed me to the chair,
mm-hmm.
and then that guy, he had a ring like mine, but his was like the graduation type ring.
Yeah.
So he would flip it like this, and then he'll hit me in the back, boom. And then he was like, we want you for these capital murders. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about, And then we're going back and forth, and then they're showing me all these statements. They're like, look, this guy said you did it. David saying you do it. And I'm like, what the fuck?
So they had all kinds of people saying that you did it.
Yeah,
right?
they had all these statements, right?
Oh, yeah.
So he's steady hitting me, and I'm freaking out, right? I'm thinking to myself, did we do something that I don't remember? Did I black out or what the fuck? Like what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, literally, they literally had me thinking that I blacked out.
How long were you in there for?
I was in there for a few hours, and and they're like I said, they were threatening to beat me up, and then like I said, back in them days, you gotta remember, like the cops back then were fucking fucked up, man.
Mm-hmm.
They had that gang intelligence shit, man. Them
Right.
motherfuckers would just jump out the car and beat your ass, and then take pictures of you.
Right.
So it was a whole different way of doing things, back then. It was fucked up. So when they're threatening me, they're like, hey, bitch, we're going to fucking take you to the desert, beat your bitch ass, and then we're going to put you butt naked and let you walk back to the city.
Oh, fuck.
And then I was like, what the fuck? And then I know they can do that because I've seen them do it,
Yeah.
And like I said, and then they're telling me about all this shit, and then I'm thinking to myself, fuck, man, what if somebody framed me or something, you know what I'm saying? Because back in them days, too, if you had, like the cop, man, if you fell out with a cop, all that cop had to do, man, was just go get a dirty gun, go to a judge, the judge will sign off on it, and then boom, he'll go arrest that dude that he wants,
Right.
And then that's it. That guy goes to prison for 5-10 years. They got all kinds of cases like that. So it was freaking me out. And then, at the time, I was like, and like I said, they had me thinking, what the fuck? Well, what the fuck did we do that night? I don't remember shit.
Did you know these kids? Like,
no, I didn't even know who they were.
You'd never seen them or anything like that.
So the drive-by happened from what was the circumstance on the drive-by? Like, they were coming home from a party? Was it at a party? Was it at a house? What was it that they said?
What happened when these guys were they were like at a girl's house, like not really a party, but like a little
kickback.
Kickback.
Yeah.
And then they were walking home from there.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they were walking home, they didn't want to pass by this guy's Rudy Flores, right? They didn't want to pass by his house because they had some stuff with that guy.
Yeah.
So they went around, and then when they were going around, these dudes, that's when these guys met him up.
Okay.
And that's when all that shit went down, and they shot him and they killed him.
Right.
So they went around to avoid trouble, and they ended up
finding it.
Yeah, they ended up finding them.
And actually, like Rudy Flores made a statement saying, "Yeah, I drove by and I was in the area at the time of the shooting."
Oh yeah, his statement, literally, his statement puts him on every street these kids were at.
Right.
At that time.
Yeah, so they're like stalking these fucking kids, basically.
Yeah, and that's what it was. It was like a cat and mouse game, And then on the statement, he says, "Oh, I was on this street, this street." He never said he did it,
right?
But he places himself right there at the same time these kids are walking.
Yeah,
and the police never even thought, "Oh, well, maybe this is fucking these kids are walking at this time at the same spot that you said." And then we already got like people saying that you threatened this guy. He threatened to kill him. He fought with one of them. You know what I mean? So, but no,
so there's motive there.
Yeah, and they just didn't go for him, I guess.
So I'm trying to figure this out. So, were you an angel growing up?
No, I wasn't an angel, and that's what I always told a lot of people. But I was like when I was growing up, when I was in Central, like I was a white guy, right? Mm-hmm. So I had the fucking red hair.
You grew up in Central?
Yeah.
Okay.
And right there, like Manhattan Heights area.
Okay.
And then I had a speech impediment. So back in them days, they didn't know what the hell a speech impediment was. So they thought I didn't know English. So they put me in an international class.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
So then I'm really fucked now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you're really behind the eight
And
ball.
then everybody hates me. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, look, this motherfucking Ronald McDonald looking motherfucker come in here with ponies and shit. And we got them Payless shoes. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that.
Motherfucker say he Mexican, can't even speak Spanish and shit.
They're talking to you in every language. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Oh, shit.
I think he's Italian.
Right? I said that too before.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I would always get into it with these people, you know?
Yeah.
So then we finally moved out of that area when everything was, when finally nobody fucked with me no more. Everybody was already used to me. My parents were like, oh, you know what? We're going to go ahead and get out of this.
Time to start over.
So we can go somewhere
Time to start over. Because it's only right to traumatize your kids.
You're starting to understand me, Dad.
Yeah, we got to roll, son. We got to roll.
Yeah.
The gig is up.
Yeah.
Right?
They caught on. You're not Italian.
Fucking Guido. Oh, shit. So that you were an angel. So have you, prior to this, were you arrested? Had you been arrested before?
Oh, yeah.
Because I hear you citing the law and shit like you fucking Law and Order or some shit. You quoting shit. Well, if you don't have this jurisdiction, and we better put them handcuffs
if you're a
off
kid,
this motherfucker.
I was like
a little 16-year-old talking shit.
I would have been like, yes, sir. Yep.
You learn it from the streets, you know.
Yeah,
They're usually talking to you. But yeah, I mean, I've gotten in trouble before, but nothing big. You know, I had a trespass charge out of Boomerangs because they told me they kicked me out of there, and then I went back. Yeah.
Okay.
So I went back. They gave me a trespass charge. So that's the only thing I had that. And then I had to pass curfew charges all the time. I would always get picked up for that. You know,
Right.
but
nothing.
as far as like freaking shooting anybody or even fucking anything else, I didn't
Nothing
have a record.
violent. Nothing violent. Just juvenile stupid shit we do. Right. All right. So these guys
do.
All right. So these guys say that so this happened, right? Where were you when this whole shit went down? When the shooting happened, where were you at?
Yeah, that night. Do you remember that night? Where were you at?
Were you fighting with what's her face? So I even forgot her name for you,
Helen.
Amanda.
I remember her name.
Oh,
Helen.
Shit. I try to forget her name for you, girl. My bad.
No, I want to hear the story. That's why.
It's not that same Helen on Facebook. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it is.
Oh shit.
Oh shit! Never mind. I'm just playing.
What's going on, Helen? You made it, Mom.
She's my girl now. She's my girl.
Hey, Helen.
Shit,
Shout out to Helen.
You made it to the big time. You're on the podcast. You're on the podcast. So where were you when this whole shooting went down?
So what happened was like, so this day I had planned to go with Helen to the movies, right?
Okay.
To Boomerangs.
So you get thrown out again?
Yeah.
Damn, the place they told you not to be at.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But that was the closest spot, though.
Yeah, you a knucklehead. Yeah, you a knucklehead. Don't be here. I'll be there tomorrow.
learn.
I'll be there tomorrow. Here's my ticket money.
When you walk off, I'll be talking.
He's walking around with some fake mustache and shit, just making it real obvious. Trench coat.
Oh,
No,
shit.
that's not me.
Right.
Right. So you guys were at the movies.
Right. Yeah. So we were supposed to go there to the movies and chill and stuff.
Yeah.
But there was another girl named.
It was not Netflix and chills. He was at the movies.
Yeah. No, that never happens at the
It was-
movies.
You can't chill.
It
at
was
the-
Malcolm X too, baby. We're being educational.
Oh, yeah.
There you go, baby.
No, you can't fuck during Malcolm. In the Northeast?
Yeah.
In the Northeast? Fuck.
You feel
no.
guilty.
You can't fuck during Malcolm.
It messes you up, man. Malcolm
can't.
starts preaching. You're done.
Yeah, you done.
Maybe I shouldn't tear this up. I'm gonna put my pants back on.
Oh, shit. All
Anyways, go ahead.
Right. Yeah. So then this girl named Vero, you know, she called me. Or my friend called me. She said, "Hey, Vero wants to talk to you." Right.
Yeah.
He's a ladies' man.
So then Vero was like type of girl that like her. She had 5 older brothers, and they're always fucking trying to, they were beating everybody up that's around her.
Right.
And then her parents were real strict, so like she can never get out. So anytime she can leave the house, I would drop everything to be there.
Well, yeah, 'cause she
because I
fucking-
wasn't gonna see her for like
Oh,
a
yeah.
month or two. You know.
Yeah, she fucking at that point. That's guaranteed.
She a
fucking.
freak, man.
she's
She
fucking.
sounded like a typical.
Yeah, the ones
Right?
who
Tell-
have
tell
to
me-
quiet
restrict
one.
his
Right?
parents.
Nah, I don't know if
No.
she was,
Tell me-
but that's
no,
cool
she
if she
was-
was.
no, she fucking.
I'm not judging.
Yeah, if her brother's beating everybody up, that's because she
I don't
fucking.
judge. If you're a freak, I do not judge. I love it.
that's
Right,
fine.
right.
Love it.
Hit us up at the Words on Fire.
I hope you choke on that pencil.
Oh shit! Damn, this motherfucker, dude. I think you might have been better off locked up, bro. The way you going right now,
Hey,
motherfucker.
bro, we're
God
asking the
damn,
wrong
right?
questions.
The way you going right now, shit. This
Hurry
might not
up.
make it. Let's find out. Make it longer. God damn. Oh shit. Yeah. So then you were with Vero.
Yeah. So then I ended up
I gotta
going
keep
with
track of
Vero,
these
right?
names.
So
Yeah.
she tells me, hey, we're gonna go to Boomerangs and all that stuff. So I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna go.
Yeah.
So then my boy Marco's like, hey bro, you're supposed to be with Helen at Boomerangs, and I'm
Yeah.
like, shit.
Fuck it.
So I'm like, we just block me, bro. That's all. We just, be with. So that's what I was doing. So what I did when I went to Boomerangs, I had Helen on one side and I had her on the other part, where the video games were at, and I had Helen with the
Laser
pool
tags?
tables or the pool tables.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I'll just go back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's smart.
Helen's gonna watch this.
Helen ain't
No,
gonna do
she
shit.
should know. This is old shit.
I'm gonna tag her.
I'm gonna tag her.
Anyways, Helen.
What's she gonna do now? What's she gonna? I'm gonna stop talking to you, bitch. I'm married. Fuck the fuck she gonna do? I dare you, bitch. Stop following me. Right? Fucking cancel me. I dare you. The fuck?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
We all
Sorry.
have.
So you play ladies, man. You at Boomerangs. You see, I told you that we can't do shit serious. I tried.
That's
We
some
can't.
pimp shit, though. You have them in the same building,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's a big spot, but not that big.
right. And
You know what I mean?
What? 16, right?
Yeah, and then what I had
Damn.
what I did too. I had my boy Rodney, because he was a big old guy, big old black guy.
Yeah.
So every time I'd be with her, y'all just have him stand in front of me. Every time I'm with the other, you just have him stand in front of me.
Shadow.
He blocks everything.
Straight shadow.
See, those are friends right there. See,
Right.
we were talking about jumping on grenades and shit for friends.
Dude,
But
Rodney's a fucking bulldozer, dog. He ain't gonna see shit.
bring the curtain. He's a curtain. That motherfucker was a curtain, dude.
Clap. Bring it.
Oh shit! All right. Yeah, everybody's getting
Rodney
real
the
pissed off
curtain.
right now.
Rodney the curtain.
Everybody's getting mad at us now.
What's the point of this story?
Anyways, he's telling us what happened that night.
Helen and Betty and blowjob Betty, or what was her name? What was her?
Vero.
Oh, Vero. Blowjob. Sorry, that's a too short song. My bad. That's on me.
Yeah. So then it was getting it got a little too wild. So then I was like, you know what, man? Let me just go ahead and just burn off with this one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I took off with Vero. Mm-hmm. And then so when we're going back to the apartments, that's when Helen had seen me.
Oh.
So then we went back to the apartments, and then we kicked it there with Vero until the movie was over, right? And then when the movie was over, I walked her back to Boomerangs, and then she took off, and then I went home, and that was it.
Well,
was
that's
what
a good
happened
thing
that
you
night.
got caught by
my
Helen
bad.
because she
Yeah.
can
That's
say
your
that she
alibi.
saw you.
It,
Right.
it wasn't after that. It was we didn't do that. We went there. I missed the part. There was the part where after we were there, my boy Rodney Williams' brother,
Yeah.
Snapper, he was like, hey man, I'm gonna be babysitting and I have pizza and all that shit upstairs,
Okay.
man. You want to kick it over here and get stoned? So like, yeah. So we kicked it there, watched 2 movies, and then we went home.
Okay.
And that was the whole night.
All right. So
Okay.
so you were babysitting when this whole shit went down, and you
Yeah,
got-
well, help not babysitting. I was just keeping them
Yeah,
company,
yeah.
keeping the babysitter company.
yeah. You're getting high with babysitter.
No, man, you're being irresponsible. You're being very responsible.
We made sure they were asleep, and we just
Yeah.
got stoned watching
Yeah,
White Man Can't Jump.
And then you
Ooh.
you check on them every now and then,
So,
make sure they're not awake.
Have you seen White Man Can't Jump again? Yeah. Does that piss you off? Does it bring back memories from that night and be like,
Oh
this
yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
What
That one does.
motherfucking Harrelson. Yeah,
This motherfucker.
cracker ass motherfucker don't lock me up. So then all right. So from what I was seeing, so going back to
That's
the whole
that
story.
whole night,
so
yeah.
that's where you were at. So you were babysitting or getting high or whatever. And then so when they were interviewing, you said your cousin, right?
Yeah. So when they were talking to me, they were talking about, like I said, this happened like 2 weeks ago, right?
Okay.
When they got me.
Yeah.
So they're telling me, well, what were you doing on this and this date? And I didn't know what the hell that date was. I was like, fuck, I don't even know what I did yesterday. What the fuck?
Right.
More or less 2 weeks from now.
Right.
And that's what I was saying was crazy was that I didn't even realize that when I got arrested and they're telling me what was I doing that date, I didn't even realize that I was talking to this other girl about what I did that night.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
it just
Yeah,
happened
but
that
it's
way.
because you're under stress. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You're
Pressure and
under
shit.
duress.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, oh, what the fuck? But
So-
anyway, it was crazy. It was like that. So then finally, after so long, I was just exhausted, and I thought, fuck this shit, man. So then they were like, look, just sign this, and then we'll let you go. So then I signed that piece of paper, and then that's when I got fucked. I
You
never
didn't
looked
read
back
what
since
you
then.
signed? You didn't read what you were signing?
Oh,
You're just trying to
hell
get the
no.
fuck
I
out,
was
right?
just I was exhausted.
It's just that bad.
What was
out of
that?
there.
Like a statement? Like
Yeah, it was a statement that he wrote.
Oh, okay.
The detective.
Yeah, the detective wrote.
Okay.
And then you trip out, right? If you look at that statement, and then you look at my brother's statement, right? My brother made a statement about another crime that he had did.
Oh, shit.
He was in TYC at the time when all this was going down, right? But Marquez was the detective and all them that arrested him.
Also.
So, yeah. So
Okay.
if you look at the statement, right, that Marquez wrote for me, everybody that was in my brother's car was in this statement. The same
He
place.
just copy pasted.
Basically.
Damn, that's the one lazy.
You know what I mean?
motherfucker.
And so when they went to go arrest the other two dudes,
Yeah.
you know, the guy who was, okay, so the cop said that, you know, I had Enrique, who was Popeye driving. I had Droopy, who was in the passenger side of the car, and he passed me the gun, right?
Got the 7 drawers in them.
Yeah,
We had everyone.
God
We were
damn.
just missing Snow White. You know?
Where was she at? In the trunk?
She's in the trunk. Oh shit!
Go ahead.
That's-
I don't want to know though.
That's typical Northeast.
Right.
That's typical Northeast guys.
Yeah. And then it was, you know, me, Rodney, and Marcos in the back seat.
The curtain.
That's a lot of motherfuckers in a car
Yeah.
for a drive-by. God
Right.
damn.
So when they went and go arrest these dudes, right? Well, when they arrested Popeye, they found out that, you know, he couldn't have been in the car because he was still in prison for that drive-by that he had did with my brother.
Oh fuck. Okay.
You
Yeah.
know?
So
And then Droopy, you know, he couldn't have been in the car because he was on the home arrest for a freaking crime that he had did with my brother, one of them. You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So they had to let them go, and then it was just us that were in the back seat, and they never tried to figure out who was driving or nothing. So I had an invisible guy driving and
Right.
an invisible dude giving me a gun.
With an invisible gun. All right. So when they came back and got your name, they got your name from your cousin though, right? Because he's the
That's
one
what
that,
I don't understand. Because so they
Yeah,
arrested
how
my
did
cousin.
they connect you to this? Yeah.
So when they got my cousin, I don't know how. That's the only thing is I don't know how his name got involved. Right? I know that somebody had to call Crime Stoppers.
Yeah.
One of his friends did. Now that's what we're starting to figure out now, right?
But your cousin, he was a knuckle. He was like a straight arrow kid.
Uh-huh.
Right. Because he was a little
he
nerdy
did a
kid,
little
you said,
stuff
right?
here and there, but I mean, he
Nothing
was
bad.
mostly straight
Okay.
A student, you know, AB, you know.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, I don't know. Like I said, one of his friends might have called. We're thinking that they'd call Crime Stoppers, but you know, no one wants to say shit yet.
Right.
But what's crazy is that so they get David. They tell him they want him for phone harassment.
The fuck?
Right. So they call his mom. They're like, "Hey, we want this kid for a phone harassment charge, whatever. So you need to take him down." So my aunt panics because this is her baby, and like I said, he's a straight A student and all that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she's like, "What the fuck?" So she gets on his ass, and they take him down to
Prank
the police
calling his
station.
teachers and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what's up.
I never did that, but
You know that fucking charge way too well.
Is your refrigerator running?
Right?
Yeah, so when he goes down there, it's not even for the it's not for the phone call. It's for the capital murder. But he had told me that when he was getting arrested, Rodney was walking in too, getting arrested.
Okay.
They had handcuffs on Rodney. So, like I said, that's what confuses me. Like if they would have got David, and so somebody called Crime Stoppers, okay, yeah, but none of his friends would have known Rodney. Because, like I said, he was from the Lower Valley and Rodney's Northeast.
Right.
So they would have known me because I'm his cousin, and I go to his house. But
Yeah.
Rodney have never been to the house.
Nothing to do with it.
Exactly. So I don't know how he got, how they got him arrested. So that's the confusing part. But they arrested us all like that.
Yeah. So when your cousin was in there, he dropped your name, right? He said that you did some shit. Mm-hmm. First question: did you whoop your cousin's ass?
No,
I would have whooped that motherfucker's
you,
ass.
yeah, you say that now, man. But once you're in that room, you'll understand. You'll be like,
Right.
Because
I'll
I
be
mean,
like, yo.
you can't fucking tell somebody like another. I can't tell somebody don't smoke, and I'm over here smoking a blunt in front of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
No,
Yeah,
you know you can't be smoking on a joint, man.
Yeah.
Motherfucker,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And I'm here lighting up. You know, you
Right.
can't do that. And the same with my cousin. I mean, I know what the fuck he went through. I know what them detectives did to him. They fuck you up mentally. You know what I mean?
Did they
fucking
confuse
phase
you and stuff?
They fucking mentally paralyze your ass. You know what I mean?
Can you
They
talk a
have
little bit
you-
about how like what do they do? Like what do they say?
They fucking hit you. They're talking about fucking beating your ass, taking you to the desert, and then they got their fucking like when they're talking to you, they're spitting in your face, and then they make sure they have that stupid little badge right there. So every time they're talking, the
Just
fucking
slapping you
badge
in
is
the
just
face.
slapping you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, look, bitch, I'm the law, and no one can do shit.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, back in them days, the cops would do dirty shit to people and always get away with it. You know,
Right.
people always picking up charges and going to prison for shit that they didn't do because the cop had something on them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And just like with Marcos and them, like Marquez wanted fucking Marcos bad. He never could. Everybody was in that car, with my brother and them, they all got fucking locked up except for fucking Marcos. And then when they came and arrested me, they didn't even come looking for me. They asked for Marcos.
They
You know
looked
what I
for
mean?
him, right.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm the one who got
You're the one
fucked,
that
not
got it,
Marcos.
right.
Son of
So
a bitch.
none of those
Fucking
guys got
Marcos.
none of those guys got convicted, right? None of those guys got convicted or anything like that.
No.
No.
It was
And
just
that
you.
was
It's all
yeah.
based on the false confession, the coerced confession. That's
Right.
why. I mean,
When you
the-
signed that,
yeah,
Yeah.
that
You
sealed
signed your
his
life.
fate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you signed
And,
your
like,
life away.
There was 2 of the survivors of the shooting who almost signed a false confession too. Like they got shot at,
They said that that they killed their friends, right?
Right.
Is what they were saying.
That's how mentally fucked they got. They almost confessed to it.
Wow.
One of the parents walked in and saved them.
Right.
But when people say, like, how could you confess to something you didn't do? I would never do that. You can't say that. You don't know.
Everybody can be broke.
Right.
They just got to find out how to break it. You know,
Yes.
even if, like now, you know, a cop puts me in that room, they can't fucking break me. But there was something that will break me.
Yeah.
They find a soft spot somewhere because there's always something in everybody that can break you.
Yeah.
You know, it might be your kids, whatever, but something's going to make you break.
Right.
And that's what they do. I mean, they know how to break you.
Okay.
They're trained for that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it's you learn shit. You know what I mean? And
I guess when you're trying to break certain people, you got to use certain tactics.
You got to do whatever hurts them.
And like you said,
you got to cutthroat. You know.
And like you said, shit was way different back in the days. You know what I mean? I can't. Well, I mean, I can't even say I don't know what happens now. But to think that would something like that would happen now is with cameras everywhere now or whatnot. You know what I mean? It's kind of
technology. Everything's recorded, man.
Yeah, so everything's recorded.
Yeah, but not in the investigator's room.
No,
right?
They're not. They don't record,
Really?
and they're still allowed to lie to people during
I thought
investigation.
they were supposed to have a video camera in there
Not in Texas.
Not in Texas. No.
Really?
No.
And they're still allowed to lie. An investigator.
Yeah,
in
they
Texas,
can lie.
They can
So
lie.
to make you confess.
Oh no,
That's
shit.
legal. Yeah.
Oh wow. So that's fucking crazy. I didn't know you could lie. That's interesting. Let me ask you this. So going back to what the way you got into this shit by telling your cousin that you did some shit. Why the fuck are you telling people you killed some motherfucker? You shot some motherfucker in the first place.
Like I said, back then back then we were fucking always stoned, frying on acid. You know, that was my thing. You know, I was always a stoner or frying. If you see me, I'm always blazed up.
Yeah.
And if I have fucking orange juice on me, you know I'm fucking frying. You know what I mean? Cause because the orange juice keeps your peep stage. You know.
Okay.
So if you know I'm packing orange juice, you know this nigga's frying.
Yeah, yeah. Because like I know I've been drunk, but I never thought. You know what? I shot this motherfucker. Like I'd be like, I fucked that bitch, but I'd never be like, yo, that is the last
lying
thing.
on yourself.
That is the last thing I'm gonna fucking say. You know what I mean?
It's pretty much.
You best believe I won't do that no more.
Right, guys. If you're seeing this, please don't fucking lie. And if you gonna lie, make it small. Say you robbed the motherfucker.
Tell them you're Italian.
Yeah. Lie on your dick. Don't lie.
Yeah,
lie on your. You can lie on your dick, man. That's when
dick.
you're allowed to lie on your dick.
Don't be like I shot a motherfucker.
Yeah, I fucked J-Lo.
Right,
I did.
right. Fuck yeah, damn right. I was there before.
She wasn't even in the country. I know.
I don't. That's how good it was.
That's how
good it was.
I knocked it out.
Oh shit! All right, so now you're arrested. You're 16, right? Mm-hmm. What's that transition going? What's that feeling going from? All right, dude, I fucking did it. Here's my signature. Fuck it. Now you're being locked up.
Yeah, right.
What is that transition like?
So I was just freaking out at that time, right? I was just figuring out what the fuck happened, what night they're talking about, and all that.
Still bugging out.
Mm-hmm. And then, so a few hours later, you know, the nurse sees me, and then she's off healing me up from the wounds and shit, and then I go to my cell, and then from there my mom comes. Mm-hmm. So when my mom comes, she literally tells me what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
And I tell my mom, I don't have no fucking idea. Like, I don't know what night they're fucking talking about. I don't know what day it is. I have no fucking idea what's going on. Mm-hmm. So then she tells me, she's like, well, look, Vero found out you got arrested. And she told me you were with her that night. Mm-hmm. And then she started talking about that night. And that's when I remembered. I was like, holy shit, that's right. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, good, so we'll go get you out. And I was like, well, I already signed the confession. And she was like,
holy
fuck. I told you ass, don't ever fucking sign shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
So how long after that your mom talked to you from when you signed? Was it like a few hours?
Like I was saying, about like 8-9 hours afterwards.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
And then like I had I was on probation for that criminal trespassing charge.
Okay.
So my probation officer came and talked to me like literally like an hour after the confession. Mm-hmm. And then I told her, hey man, and we have the statement where I was telling her, man, these fuckers got me. I didn't do it, and they're lying. And she didn't look like she believed me, right? She just like wrote it down, and then that was it, Right. So that was the very first person I told that I didn't do it. Mm-hmm. And then my mom was the second.
Damn, that's fucking nuts. So then. Right off the bat, do they hold you in county? Do they put you in the juvenile?
No, I was
in
in the D home, right? I stood there for like a month and a half, and then I went to what they call a certification hearing. That's where they're gonna certify you as an adult, or they don't, right?
Okay.
So when I get there, you know, my mom comes to me and she's like, hey, man, you know, I didn't want to tell you this, man, but, you know, they let Marcos go 2 days ago and they dropped his charges for lack of evidence. And I just didn't want to get you down. I said, but Rodney just went in for a certification hearing right now and they just dropped his charges. So you're going to go home now.
Oh,
So
I was
thinking,
like, yeah.
that was from who? You're a lawyer or who?
No, that was my mom.
Your
Telling
mom's
me.
son.
Yeah, because my mom was, you know, my mom was like Marco's mom, basically, because like I said, he lived with us and everything. And then my mom and Rodney's mom were always together. Like not they didn't kick it together, but when all this shit was going down, when they were at court, whatever, they always talking to each other. Okay, this is what happened to my kid. What's going on with your kid? You know, type stuff. So she had told her that they had dropped Rodney's charges, so she was like, "You're gonna get dropped too." So when I get there, instead of dropping my freaking charges, the judge says, "No, we're gonna certify you as an adult." And then he tells the D-home guy, he's like, hey, man, take them handcuffs off. The sheriff's going to come pick them up right now.
What?
Oh,
and
shit.
then, so, yeah, he took the handcuffs off, and then the sheriff came and got me.
Okay. So from there, they transported you to...
Yeah, we went downstairs, underground, and then from underground, literally like in the courthouse of downtown, where it's at, there's an elevator that goes downstairs all the way to the bottom of the street. Mm-hmm. And then that's where they transport you. You walk a big-ass freaking hallway, man. Big-ass door that closes and shit. And you walk all the way to the county jail.
So then they locked you up there. So were you there until your whole case went down, or did they transfer you from the county jail to the annex? Or
no, back then the
annex wasn't there, right?
Yeah, they weren't even existing back then, you know. And then like,
where the fuck?
Shit, that's far, motherfucker.
Oh no, La Tuna's feds anyway.
Oh shit.
No, but I was in there for like, and the first time when I went in the county, I was in there for like almost 4 or 5 months around there. I kept on going out getting bond hearings, right? And every time I go to bond, I would get fucking. They had them stupid ass fucking mad mothers.
Okay.
They had no fucking dry burn. I mean, this was no fucking drinking case or not. I don't know what the fuck these women were doing there. I guess they're fucking bored because their husband's out fucking somebody. So these bitches are out there fucking with their signs saying, hey, you know, lock them up, not even knowing the fucking story, right? So I had all that shit on me, and then the news people were blast them, you know, they'll be putting them on, look at this guy, you know, whatever.
It was a big case, man.
Yeah, so they kept fucking denying me, man. And then finally they fucked up. And this is how fucked up the system is. I'm going to show you how fucked up your court system is right here. And this is what everybody's paying tax dollars for, man. Vote right this time, man. Fuck that. So they had me in there going to all these bond hearings, and I've never been indicted yet.
Really?
Oh, wow.
So when this time period passed, they were like, okay, they were supposed to indict you within this time frame. They didn't, so they got two options. They either got to let you go with with a PR bond, and then indict you, or they got to drop your charges. So they let me go on a PR bond, and that's how I got out. Well, I had to monitor and all that, and so I was out for like a year and a half fighting the case. And the first time I went to trial, I got a hung jury. Okay, and then the second time, they offered me 2 10-year sentences. Running CC, which means that basically that I'll have 2 convictions of manslaughter. They're going to drop it, right? And then, but I would only serve 1 10-year sentence because both them 10s are going to be running together.
Continuous.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So, and I denied that because I was like, "Fuck that, I'm innocent." So then, when I took it to court, I got the guilty verdict, and then they gave me a life sentence.
What year was that?
95.
95.
So 95. You went in. So when you went in, when you heard them say some shit, when the judge or the jury came out and says, you know what, this dude's guilty, and you know you didn't do shit, what is that fucking feeling like, man?
Well, that was, at first it don't hit you because when she said guilty, my mom went to screaming, and then fucking the bailiff had to calm her down and get her out of there, and it was like a little hysterical going on in the courtroom, and then so they like literally grabbed me, handcuffed me, and like threw me out, and then they waited till everything chilled out, and then like 20 minutes later I came out, 15 whatever, and then she told me we're gonna sentence you 35 to life, and then shit. I was like, that's when you see me like this, I was like, what the fuck, and then and then I thought right there, I was like, fuck this, it's over with now. So it's a done deal. So when they took me to the back and they went downstairs, and then from then on out, I thought to myself, fuck this shit, fuck the system, fuck everything, I'm dead now. So it's on and popping now. You can't tell me shit.
Yeah, so now you went from being a trespasser, so now you got to harden up to get ready for the fucking real shit, right? Because you said
I got to survive now.
Because you said that the Texas jails were fucking wild back there as well. Back then, right?
Oh yeah, they were really fucked up back then. And then like I said, back then too, they had that fucking war going on, man. You know, Aztecas had it going on. They were fucking going on it with the whole state of Texas. So anybody coming out of El Paso, I don't care if you're a Christian, Jehovah's Witness, whatever, you fall out of El Paso, you're gonna get hit. You know, they're not trying to hear that shit.
So you have to be down with. You have to pick a side, or like when
you don't have to be down, but you know what I'm saying. You know, you're gonna fade it regardless. You know, so just you have that in your mind. You're gonna fade every time you hit a farm. You're gonna fade that.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's fucking So what's it like when you get in there? So when you're officially thrown in the or come down as guilty, you're what, 18 now? 19?
18.
So now you're growing up as a young adult. Now you see you have your future looks bleak because of whatever happened, right? Mm-hmm. What's that mindset you're going into this or that thought process? Is it more like, you know what, I'm still this person, or now is it?
Did you forget
who
you
have
were?
to turn into a fucking animal because that's going to be some wild shit.
That's what I thought. I thought to myself, fuck it, I'm dead now. You know what I mean? This is gone. I'm not going to live no more. Fuck this. So I thought, when I go there, I'm like, this is going to be my life now. So I'm going to be the baddest motherfucking convict there is out there. You know, I'm going to learn the game, and I'm going to fucking hustle in there, and I'm going to do my thing. And that's exactly what I did. I went in there and got into the dice, got into the, you know, running in sales on people and
all the politics on that.
You know what I mean? Got into all that, started getting into it real strong, and that's what I did for like forever. You know, I was just a piece of shit because I didn't have no feelings no more. I was like dead inside.
You're numb.
Yeah, you know, I was like, fuck that. I didn't want to hear nothing about love. The Christians try to come to me, talk about God. I'll slap the shit out and be like, bitch, I'm not trying to hear about no bitch ass guy, motherfucker.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got a goddamn life sentence for some bullshit I didn't do.
Right.
And you're coming to me with
Did you
this
keep
Bible.
in touch with people on the outside? Like
just my family, you know.
Yeah.
And then I had Lupe. She's a friend of mine, right? And she came in when she was going to college. She started writing me, and since she stood with me the whole time there too. Even when she got married, her husband would come. They would come see me too, you know. So with my family and Lupe, and that was it.
How was that when you see people when they come see you and you're like, it reminds you of what it was to be without having the chains or behind the bars? What is that, dude? Like,
you know, I mean, it feels, you know, I mean, you know, back then I didn't, you know, when I get the visit, it was just basically like I loved the visits, you know, it helped you out and everything, but I couldn't relate no more to them because I was a different person, you know what I mean? It wasn't, you know, when I went in there, you know, the person that they knew, I'd have to put a mask on and act like I was that same dude, and I wasn't that same dude no more, you know?
Right.
I was a totally different dude. I was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
wow.
So the moment you went in there, how long was it before the ass whippings went down?
The first day I got in there, like when we went to the burning hell, right? That's what it was called.
What is
burning
called?
hell?
The burning hell. That's what that prison was called. It was over there in Clemens, down
Burning.
south, right there by
Sounds like a lovely place.
Brazoria County. Oh yeah.
How's the sunrises there?
Oh man, they got the best freaking food in that place too, man. It's lovely.
Sounds a sunrise.
All them spreads.
Oh shit!
Everything's ramen based. Go ahead.
It's plant based now.
And it's free.
Yeah.
Wow. Burn now.
Yeah.
So
So that's what, like, so when I get to that prison, right, that was my first one, and it's called the Gladiator Farm, right, because that's where all the gladiators are. That's where we fight and all that stuff, because guards would have us fight each other for money.
no shit.
And then, like, on Fridays,
It's
they
like
had
dogs and shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, and then Fridays, we had this thing called Freaky Friday, right? So Freaky Friday was like
Wait a minute.
at 6 o'clock.
Fuck.
Yeah, at 6 o'clock, everybody that's going to fight will come out with their bags, you know, the commissary bags. And if you weren't going to fight, they'll tell you, hey, you know, it's Freaky Friday, man. If you ain't going to fight, get your bitch ass in the cell, man, because everybody in the day was going to get called out. What? So everybody will be betting, you know. And then, you know, you're going to fight dudes that, you know, you're going to whip, or some dudes are going to whip automatic. So when you get those fights, you're not betting who's going to win. You're betting how long he's going to last, you know. So it's just like I'm saying.
Over and under?
Yeah.
Over under, okay.
And that's how it was. I mean, it was a system like that. So when I first went in there, that guard told us, right, when it was 15 of us, we were walking in, he stopped us and he told us, he was like, hey, you know what? When I open up this fucking door, he said, every one of you motherfuckers are going to get your ass kicked. He said, half of y'all going to get raped, and 2 or 3 of you, or he said, 1 or 2 are going to come out dead in the morning. He said, don't fucking come to me or my officers crying, because we ain't your mama, we ain't your papa. Welcome to the burning hell. My best advice is come in with your gloves on, ready to fight. And then, yeah, that son of a bitch went dying, man. He fucking opened up that door. We went through what they call UCC, the unit of classification, when they figure out you're going to go. And as soon as I got into that pod, you know, this dude hits me up. He's like, hey, where you from? And I'm like, Chuco. He's like, oh, those are your homeboys right there. So then when I walk up to that group, they're like, hey, where you from? And I'm like, Chuco. And then this dude hits me, right? Boom. And then these 2 other dudes start coming at me. So then when I'm in there, you know, you got all these fucking big ass black dudes, these fucking white dudes with these fucking swastikas on their fucking chest, and every fucking buddy in that goddamn day room starts fucking yelling, "Knock that bitch out and fuck him! Knock him out and fuck him!" You know what I'm saying?
Holy shit!
So I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm going at it. And I'm praying, right? I'm like, God, you know, all I give a fuck, just don't get me knocked the fuck out. You know, I would take a ass whipping all goddamn day. Just don't let these hoes knock me out because then I'm fucked.
Sure make sure I shit on myself first.
Yeah, clench them asshole.
Yeah,
boy.
yeah. I just want to leave it dirty.
You gonna earn this shit.
You
gonna earn this shit.
You're gonna fight for this motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. Shit, you got some of them motherfuckers that are mud hungry. That's what we call them.
Oh, shit, there's a word for that shit.
Hey, you do that shit, they're gonna be like, hell yeah, baby.
This motherfucker ate corn.
Mud hungry. I'm gonna start using that.
This is corn from the outside.
That's a good corn.
You're fresh, right?
That's a good corn.
That's that free will corn.
It's corn fed.
Oh shit.
Holy shit. So anyways,
So right off the bat,
you didn't get knocked out though, right?
No.
Okay, all right, good.
But so after that was done, right? That same dude hits me up, right? And he's like, "Look out, little homie, man. All you gotta do, man, is bust or fuck, bro. You ain't even gotta go through all this hell, man. Just bust or fuck." And you know, bust is paying protection, and fucking is being someone's bitch. I was like, "Bitch, I got a life sentence." You know what I mean? My parole officer ain't even born yet, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You got me fucked up.
Yeah.
So then 3 other guys got me.
Yeah.
And then we go at it again, and then they start yelling again, you know, knock them out and fuck them, and then we go after that. And then that was over with, and then he's coming up to me again, right? And I'm like, you know what? Fuck you, bitch. I ain't knocked out yet. You know, save your breath. Let's go ahead and go.
Yeah.
And then so he got me again, 3 other guys, and then after that, they're like, okay, man, you passed.
You passed.
You passed the test.
So what?
That was like 4 rounds.
Right. So
3 rounds of 3 guys on each one, different 3 guys every time.
Oh yeah.
So they ain't fucking no more, or what the fuck did you pass? Like, did you get a certificate? Like, what the fuck?
Did you get a badge and shit? Like a star? Count on me? Like, hey.
Oh shit!
No,
like,
he's
what
good.
did you pass? Like,
You know, that's what they call a heart check. You know what I'm saying? Check your heart. You know, see where it's at. See if you're gonna break. You know.
And if you break, then what? Then you're somebody's bitch.
You're gonna be somebody's bitch, or you're gonna be paying protection.
But do you have to do that every time they switch you to somewhere else? Like,
a lot of farms they do that. You know, not you know. It all depends where you go, because you know you're gonna get like older farms. You know, the older farms ain't gonna be so much. They're not gonna do a lot of fighting in those farms. Those farms are mostly stabbings. You know, people are older. They're not gonna try to fight.
It's a
you know, they're
little
like
bit more
fuck
civil.
it. So it's a much
a little more respectful.
Yeah,
here.
so it's more respect because no one wants to get stabbed up. You know what I mean? So like, you know, everybody has a more respect thing. Everybody's not. You know, everybody has respect for everybody else's shit. You know, it's more respecting it. You know, in the kids' farm, you know, it's not a lot of stabbing. There are stabbings, but it's not a lot. Mostly just fight. So these guys are always loud. You're always fucking hearing dominoes slamming, and motherfuckers always going at it. And me and the guys on the corner fucking shooting dice, talking shit. You know what I mean? And it's always this racket, you know. And then the older farm, you're not gonna get all that racket on the day.
Right. Yeah, you'll get shanked. You know, keep it civil. Yeah.
I've never wanted to go to prison, but I really don't want to go to prison.
I'm too pretty. I'm too fucking pretty. I don't know.
Oh man.
So how long after that you're in there? Now that you're participating in the ass whippings in the first 3 rounds, how far after that? Is it like the next day, or like the next squad that comes in, you're fucking them up, or like?
No, I mean I had to heal, man. That was a really bad ass whipping, you know. Yeah. I had to heal, but then
a week later,
right.
So then I went to the fields the next day, and then on the fields, you know, we're out there working out there, and I don't know that fucking shit. They want you to. It's a fucking line of 40 inmates, right? Mm-hmm. And they all got Aggies, you know, with the grubbing hose.
Okay.
And you have to sing, and you're fucking have to fucking drop that Aggie, and everybody has to be on time. Like that fucking Aggies, everybody on the line.
Oh,
it's like that.
In sync, yeah.
What the fuck?
So then,
what if you fuck up the song?
You fuck. You're literally gonna get your ass kicked. That's what happened.
And what if you don't have no rhythm? Yeah. You know what I mean? You're fucked.
You're fucked. You are fucked with no rhythm. I mean,
they had like those horses with the big old
and they'll bite you. They got the
The horse will bite you.
These motherfuckers. Then you got like okay. So you got the tail row inmate. You got your lead row inmate. And then you have what I used to do, but after a while I started getting good at that shit. And then you have a swing, the guy that's in the middle. Mm-hmm. So the guy that's in the middle is always gonna be looking at the line, not behind, away from him, because he's making sure everything's straight.
Yeah.
So then you have these dudes singing.
Right.
Right? And then it'll be like, you'll be like 1 and a 2 and a 3
So
and
cadence?
a 4
Yeah.
step. And everybody will step, you know what I'm saying? And, they had all these fucking songs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like fucking, hey, boss man, look at me. All this crap. They
You
get
going
fucking
from being an
creative,
inmate to be a temptation. What the fuck is going? What the fuck?
Exactly.
And then now you gonna get bit by a fucking horse.
It is modern day slavery.
Exactly.
Damn.
And then so when I went out there, I couldn't be in sync or nothing. You know what I mean? I was like, what the fuck? So then like dude's like, get on road. And I'm like, fuck you, bitch. I'm a fucking city boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fucking country boy. And I threw the Aggie. And when I threw that bitch, I was my
Oh shit!
Them motherfuckers came out that line, man, and went to whipping me, man.
The whole line?
No, just the tail row, the lead row, and then that. Right? They backdoor you. That's what they call it, right? One guy's gonna fight you, and then the other guy's gonna fight you, and then the other one after that. You're gonna get backdoored.
I've heard backdoor is a different way,
right?
That you can do a backdoor that way too. But
I've seen a
porn like that, right?
Like that.
Knock them out and fuck them.
yeah.
Like there's Freaky Friday, there's Backdoory.
Dude, there's a lot of like suspect ass names. I don't know if I want to.
Hey,
No homo guys. It's Freaky Friday.
It's 50 Shades of Prison.
Oh Lord, Mr. Gray.
Damn. What the fuck?
Oh no.
We're not laughing. He's laughing.
Because he's been through the ass whippings. That's
You
equal
mean
laugh.
you're still with me, so you must like what I learned.
My brother's gonna watch.
Right. Backdoor.
Freaky Friday.
Backdoor.
Hey,
Go backdoor.
You're still with me, so you must whatever I learned. Then you must like it.
Right. Thanks to the horse. Thanks to the horse.
Got my stripes in prison.
Oh shit.
So, anyways, you. Oh shit, man! What the fuck?
This is, I'm
That's
telling you.
It's wow.
I told you this was gonna be
So,
crazy.
how long were you in? Like total.
19 years.
19 years.
God.
Yeah.
So how did this happen? How did you guys get? I mean, because you're not that old, right? I mean, like how?
No, I'm
I mean,
36.
19 years. You're probably like what?
I put that song on for her.
That's
That's
what it
how I
was.
got it. I got that Billy Idol song, you know what I'm saying? Rockin' the Cradle.
Shit! Billy Idol.
I got
Gotcha,
that.
Hey,
Gotcha.
Who's that?
see, they don't know that. I know who that is.
That song that I played for you the first time. Remember when we did the motorcycle?
Rock the cradle of love.
There you go.
Rock the cradle of
Nah,
love.
they would whoop your ass in line real
I got a
fast.
pretty voice. That's why.
Yeah, will fuck you up.
I got a pretty
Right.
mouth.
They're gonna,
The horse would have raped you. The horse would have fucking raped you.
Hold on, you don't have to do this.
I was like, what the fuck did the donkey show happen? I thought we was in jail, bitch.
No shit.
What
You
the
think-
fuck?
You think the donkey got some shit? Check out this stallion, son.
Look at this stud.
Right. So how did you guys come about? I mean, because you guys met
Well,
while
tell
he was
him-
locked up, right?
Yeah, but tell him how you ended up here, and then we can go.
Yeah.
from
So how
there.
do you end up? So you ended up back here in El Paso.
Yeah,
In the
So what
jail, I
happened
take
was
it.
so John came into the picture, right?
John Membella.
John Membella, yeah. So
Okay.
He's
I
a
saw that on the
businessman.
news.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he got involved, and you seen that on the news. So we'll kind of skip to how we got there. So
Right.
he got it where finally, after fighting for so long, we were able to get the case, get an evidentiary hearing. So they had to ship me from prison to the county jail so I can be present for it. Because and this evidentiary hearing, I mean, they don't hardly ever give it to you. Mm-hmm. Usually
No.
they'll just read it and then they'll sign
They
off
said
on
he
it.
had
and-
a
That's
like
like a-
1% chance.
yeah,
That's like a Hail Mary, right?
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Hit me with the bomb.
Right.
Exactly, right? So so that was benefit. I was lucky to get that, right? So
Wow.
I got shipped over here, and then after being in over here in the county jail, one of the officers said that I was too influential on his officers
The fuck?
and too manipulative.
Really?
And so he had me locked up and said, "Oh, we're locking him up." He didn't say that, but he said we're locking him up for his fucking publicity.
Yeah.
Because
You know,
it was
'cause
a
a
high
high-profile
profile
case.
case.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was like, "You motherfuckers, you got." When I was 16 and 18 and put in prison, you motherfuckers weren't worrying about my goddamn health. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
But so I was going through hell in there, man, because in solitary and county jail, man, it is way more fucked up than in prison because you have all these fucking bums and all these fuckers that stink like fucking hell, you know what I mean? And then they're pissing and shitting on the run, and then they're talking shit, and you can't get out and whip them. You know, and that's the most frustrating thing in my whole thing is I'm looking at these motherfuckers like, bitch, you do not fucking know what I would do to you, motherfucker, if this fucking door just opens.
Knock him out and fuck
I'm
him.
gonna fucking get your bitch ass,
Knock 'em
and
out
they,
and fuck 'em.
they know it, and then so they're laughing at you and throwing piss at your shit.
Right.
I was
What?
going insane.
Throwing
yeah, man.
piss?
Yeah, they throw fucking piss. I mean, it was
Oh,
fucked
fuck.
up. That county jail fucking. I mean, it's bad. That's why I was going so fucking insane, and I was like, what the fuck. So I prayed to God, and I said, God, you know what, man? We're going through the evidentiary hearing and stuff, and I was like, you know what, man? I just need, give me faith, man. Help me get more, faith, so I can go through this. And then at that time, one of the officers told me, hey, man, I know you're going to go to court right now, so I'm going to give you your mail right now. So he gave it to me, and that was 15 minutes after I made that prayer, right? Yeah. And then the letter said Faith.
No.
Oh, wow.
It was her.
My middle name is Faith. I go by Faith sometimes. So
no shit.
I wrote him a letter, but I'll tell you how
Yeah.
So his baby sister was on the local news advocating for him. They were doing a rally downtown, and I was flipping through the channels. I was a single mom in my apartment, just flipping through the channels. I saw her, and I said, well, she's been married to my cousin since I was little. So I saw her and I was like, hey, that's my cousin's wife. Like, what is she doing on the news? Like, I don't know what's going on. So I reached out to her. I said, what's going on? Because I didn't watch the story. I was just like, so she tells me, well, I have a brother who's in prison for a crime he didn't commit. And I was like, oh, what do you want me to do? Like, I consider you family. You've been married to my cousin since forever. Yeah. What do you want us to do? What can I do to help? And she's like, write him a letter of support. Let him know we're out here, supporting him. And I was like, I don't know how to do that. Like, show me how to write to an inmate. I'm like two different worlds, he and I. Two way different worlds.
Okay. She's calling the pizza guy, and I'm robbing him on the way over to her house.
We got pizza and money.
Dude, you look familiar, man. I just saw someone I look exactly like you. But here's your pizza, man.
Yeah, like my family, we're all law enforcement and very we were middle class, and I did not know his world at all. So I told my cousin, I was like, how do I do this? Whatever. She shows me. So I said, I wrote him a letter. I was like, hi, my name's Faith, and what would you like to do? I don't know what to tell him, Yeah. And that's when he got that letter in prison. So he used to get 4 visits for how many people on your
4
visitation list? 4 people every weekend while he was in El Paso. Then it just happened that 1 month he couldn't. There was some people who couldn't visit him. So he asked his sister, like, hey, ask that girl Amanda if she'll come visit. And I was like, I guess, like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Right. So she put me on the list. I was very fucking nervous because I knew of his story, but I never had seen him physically. And then I'm like, wait, this guy's done a lot of time. Like, is he going to just sit there and lecture me?
Hey,
like,
look at me when you're done. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I was like, is he going to lecture me about my life? Like, what have you done? What are you doing?
Yeah, because he gave a lot of time to think. Yeah.
I was like, oh, my God, I'm nervous as fuck. So I went through the process, and I sat down. And since he was in solitary, the visitations, they're glass and the phone thing, and I was tripping out because I'd never been inside a county jail. I was like, this is like the movies. And
right?
Yeah, we literally.
She picks up the phone. What's that you claiming?
Where you from? Knock him out, fucker. Knock her out, fucker.
What the hell?
Get the random dude in the background. Knock her out, fucker.
Yeah, that's what we do here. Don't get offended.
And then, well, like, he has a funny story on his side. Like, the first time we met each other. Go ahead.
Oh, shit.
Were you nervous?
You can speak. You can speak. Yeah, you did, now, baby. You did reform, kid. You did.
Hey,
go ahead and speak.
So were you nervous? Like when?
Yeah, because I didn't know how she looked like or nothing, right? So when the guard tells me, hey, you got a visit, I'm like, well, who is it? And he's like, oh, it's a girl named Amanda. And I'm like, how does she look like? And he's like, what the fuck? What do you mean how does she look like? And you got her on your list. I'm like, it's one of my supporters. I don't know what she looked like. So he's like, well, fuck, let's go together. So he's all excited. You know what I mean? So
let's go together.
We're both holding hands and walking.
Why do I have butterflies? Right?
Sprays his cologne. I mean, here you go.
Oh my God. Breathe on me.
You're good.
All right. You're good. You're good.
So then I get in there and then I see her and I'm like, holy shit, I liked it, So when we started talking and shit, and then so I just said, fuck it, man. I took my jumper out and said, what do you think?
No, calm the fuck down.
Just like orange is the new black.
Is this what you're looking for?
Take me. Take me.
And then when I left, I wrote a letter and I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, he did do that. Yeah. He did do that because he saw me. He walked by and he has his hands and then my doofus ass was like, Hi, sir. And then when he saw my tattoo. So when he sat down, I'm like looking at him like all dummy, and he goes, "Get the phone." I'm like, yeah, okay. I was like, hey.
Do I speak in codes?
Yeah. 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 And then he's like, I like your tattoo. What does it say? And I said, it says love kills faith. And he's like, oh, cool. I have tattoos too. And that's when he opens his jumpsuit. And the boy was ripped back. Yeah. I mean, he's good now too. But back then he was like 6.
Well, what are you gonna do? You do push-ups.
Yeah, and I was just staring at it, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Burpees like a motherfucker. Yeah.
And he's like, "Did you like my tattoos?" You know, he wrote me a letter saying, "I'm sorry," and he's like, "Did you like my tattoos?" I was like, "I don't even know what tattoos you're fucking talking about."
You had tattoos.
You had tattoos. Yeah. What the fuck? So how long was it before he put his junk on the fucking on the mirror and he tried to do like the bat wing and shit?
No, he was really like, don't show nothing. Like, the guys here are dirty. Yeah, like, I don't want them looking.
Yeah.
Well, they got those mud butters, or what the fuck did you call them?
Mud lovers.
Mud lovers. Yeah,
mud butters.
What are they?
Fucking mud lovers.
Mud lovers or what?
Mud lovers.
Some darn nasty motherfuckers. Shit on my chest. What the fuck?
So there's nothing you can do. Right. This shit's gonna happen.
we go to his thing, and he's like, the shit didn't work.
No, it actually turned him on.
Dude,
it turned him on, man. See, I love Rocky Road.
Dude, I don't know why. From now on, every time I see you,
dude,
in the back of my mind, I'm gonna have some random dude knock him out and fuck him.
My bad, dude. Hey, if we see you in a serious setting, if I start laughing, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
knock him out and fuck him.
You know why? That's just. It's the way I picture it. Just some random little skinny fuck in the back corner who's gotten all fucked up before.
Yeah.
He's probably tired of getting fucked already. He's like, knock him out and fuck him. I'm done, son.
Well, that's what we should do. That's what we should do, like, to test the crowd. Like, say, knock him out and fuck him, and just wait and see
who does
it. They do it. They be like, oh,
I knew it.
I knew it. I knew there was one of y'all.
Right. Oh shit. So you guys bet, was it that whole love at first sight shit?
It was a connection. It wasn't love at first sight, but it was a very intense connection that I've never experienced before, and it was different too, because like we didn't have a human physical connection. We had to learn about each other through a glass with no making out and doing the stuff that people do out in the free world. Mm-hmm. And so then we started dating and whatever.
While he was locked up.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, imagine the letters.
He tried to push that whole situation away. He was like, girl, you're crazy. Like, why are you with me? Like, I have a life sentence. Go live your life. And to me, I always said, no, you're going to get out. Like, I feel like you're going to get out.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's to be able to even have that thought, like I said, to put yourself in that situation, to be like, you know what, like you said, you have a life sentence. Why am I going? Most people would be, you know what, this motherfucker wasting my time, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And for you to have that thought and be there, that's something special.
It was just something like I just knew, I knew he was gonna be free. Right. He and his family couldn't see it because they've been through hell with him. Yeah, you know, so they're like, you lose this trust. Naive bitch, like she's dumb. Yeah. But so he would always try to tell me like, girl, you need to live your life, like go. And I'm like, but you and I are it's gonna work out. Like don't worry, I see it. Uh-huh. So then I started learning about wrongful convictions. Mm-hmm. I started getting real into how this stuff happens and why it happens and whatever. And I just started getting a lot of information, and they would try to in the beginning I couldn't do interviews. I was very nervous. I was very don't show my face. I don't want to be in the spotlight, nothing. Now you can't shut me up. Like I'll talk to anybody.
Well, you got him home now. So.
I'll talk to anybody about it now. Right. But so when this third trial came up, I had been listening a lot to an advocate founder, one of the co-founders, board members of the Innocence Project. Mm-hmm. His name's Jason Flom.
She always has to bring up her hall pass.
I love that man. Hall pass. He's the owner of Lava Records. Oh shit! He founded like Katy Perry, Lord, Stone Temple Pilots, all those. Oh shit! Okay. And he also started helping with the Innocence Project.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy, man. That dude's off the chain.
So I would listen to his podcast. Right? Uh-huh. He has a wrongful conviction podcast, and I started learning stuff about this shit. He was here in El Paso waiting for his trial, and I'm picking up shit from Jason Flom, and they keep mentioning this Alferd plea, right?
Okay.
And I'm like, what is that? What is that? And then another episode, they would say, oh, this person took the Alferd plea and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, they better not offer that to Daniel. Because he might end up fucking wanting to take that.
Right. And for people that are listening that don't know what the Alferd plea is, the Alferd plea, correct me if I'm wrong, it's basically saying that you did it without saying that you did it, right? And they convict you of it, but they're like, all right, you're good to go. Get the fuck out.
Basically,
but you have that conviction on you, right?
Exactly. You're going to still be a felon.
Right. You're still registered as a felon or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So trial comes. We're in trial. His attorney pulls us out into the lobby. Says, I need to talk to you guys.
You already knew. Yeah.
I knew. He
Yeah.
said, they're offering him an Alferd plea. Let me tell you what. I was like, I started crying because I was so pissed. I was like, I already know what that fucking shit is. And
Right.
I was pissed because I knew he was, that's putting a carrot right in front of the horse,
Yeah.
you know?
Just to get out.
I was like, he's going to fucking take it. So Daniel tells our lawyer, so you're telling me in 2 days, all I have to do is sign this, and then in 2 days this will all be over and I'll be done. And the lawyer said yes. And I was like, no, give me 2 days to talk to Daniel. Because this whole time I'm trying to tell Daniel about this plea, about this podcast, about these people, and he's like, I don't want to hear it. I'm about to go to trial. I already know. I was like, watch Making a Murderer.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm living that fucking life. What the fuck I want to watch my own life for? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, but I was trying to educate him. He's like, I don't want to hear that. I'm focused on my trial, my whatever. So then I told our lawyer, give us 2 days so that I can talk to him and give him a rundown of what kind of plea he's about to agree to.
What he's going to get into.
Yeah. So we went to our house. We sent the kids off with his parents. We sat. It was intense. Those 2 days, it was a lot of yelling, arguing with each other, smoking cigarettes. I'm a chain smoker, smoking. And I'm showing him episodes. I'm talking to him about people who took this plea. And my big thing for him was like, dude, you're going to be a felon and people are going to see you in a different light. You're not going to have the opportunities like a free actual person does. Like, I know you're not gonna be happy with that kind of life. And there's this guy named Jason Baldwin. He's part of the West Memphis 3 case. It's a very well-known case, and John Mambella flew him into El Paso like that. Like the next day he came into town because he took the Alferd plea.
Right.
And he wanted Daniel to see what kind of life Jason Baldwin has. He struggles. He's a very broken man.
Yeah.
And so Jason and him are going back and forth, and we're trying to show Daniel, like, this is not the life you want. So Daniel's whole thing was when he got convicted, he had a 6-month-old baby, a little girl.
Right.
Wow.
He goes to prison. He denies the 10
210s.
Yeah, he denies that because he's like, fuck no, I'm innocent.
Right.
And then he gets fucked over.
Right.
So in this, it's a reoccurring thing now. Now we have a 6-month-old,
Oh, shit.
and they're coming with this Alferd plea, and he's like, I'm not doing what I did back then.
Yeah,
I'm not
bro.
denying it. I want to take it because I learned.
I'm like, every day that I was in prison, every other fucking thought was, you stupid son of a bitch, you should have took the fucking 10.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
been out.
Yeah. And then when the 10-year came and I was still there, I'm like, motherfucker. And that's when it was killing me even worse. Like, you would have been home now.
Yeah.
So now, like, you know, then I did all that time. And then I'm a different person now. You know, back then I didn't give a fuck about shit.
Yeah.
You know, it was all about the movida back then. And then now I'm like, and like I told her, I'm like, you know, they're going to know I'm not the same. I can't be that person no more. I cannot be that person no more. I mean, I just can't. It's not in me no more. You know, my child, man, my kids and all this and the love and everything, I mean, it totally changed me. You know what I mean?
Right.
It broke me and it
Absolutely.
changed me, you know? And I said, I can't be that individual, and they're going to know that.
Right.
And they're going to fuck me over there. You know what I mean?
They're gonna take him
fucking
out. He
take
was
me out.
afraid. Yeah, this was all before the trial. Like we all went to his parents' house, and he was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I don't know.
So, but I told her too, that was a comforting thought too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I knew I wasn't gonna do a lot of time. I knew it probably last 2 years before they take me out the game. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
So that's what I was telling her. I was like, man, you guys, you didn't do all that fucking time I did. You know, it's easy to fucking say that, you know, and then it's like fucking deja vu. Like, I got my kids and all that stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's
fuck, no, I don't
gone.
want to lose it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, it's like that joke. Like I always tell everybody, it's like that joke. Like, that guy's crying, he's praying to God, and it's raining, and then a fucking boat comes, and then he's like, no, I got faith in God. You know,
right.
Fuck this. The boat leaves, and then the helicopter comes, and the rain's getting higher, and they're like, get up. And he's like, no, God's going to help me. And then the helicopter leaves, and he dies, and he tells God, man, what the fuck? Why didn't you help me? And then God says, man, fucker, I sent you a boat and a helicopter.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what I was like, this is my helicopter. And she's telling me, don't get it. And I'm like, what the hell? Do you know it's waiting for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
knock him out and fuck up.
Right, knock him out and fuck up. Because it's different when you go through that. You know, it's easier seeing from the outside, and you're like, you know what? I mean, it's different. It's like, don't do it because you know what's behind it. But when you're in that fucking hell, you know what I mean? If it was hell in the room where he signed the confession, he was ready to get the fuck out there. You know what I mean? It's the same fucking thing. Like, you don't want to go through that shit again and get fucked over again. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And like you said, to just get out, which I'm sure was the best fucking feeling in the fucking world.
Hell yeah.
I could imagine that.
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine. So John Membello, right? After he got you, after you guys got to your last final hearing, you were out already. Did they take you out? They let you out on bond?
Yeah, they let me out on bond.
In 2014, they let him out.
They let you out on bond.
You know, it started coming out in the news. Remember, it was just like it was
the
all over.
preliminary. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was just looking. You know, I was like, it's probably just like another thing that's going to pass again. I didn't know how serious it was. You know, and how good of a case they had. I never knew it. I mean, I grew up, here in El Paso, and I remember hearing it when all this happened. Mm-hmm. And for it to come back around, I was just like, man, because I thought, it was done. It was over and done with. Mm-hmm. They found out who did it.
Mm-hmm. That's all it is.
Did they ever find out, or did they ever place somebody who actually committed this murder of these two people?
No, that's what sucks. Yeah, that's what sucks. But that's part of the thing that we're gonna do too. We want to get the case solved,
right? And
we're going to, so that's always an objective of us. I always tell a man and stuff, we're not gonna rest until we find out, until we can. We know who did it.
We kind of know who did it.
Right,
but we don't want to
by their statements.
We can get their ass.
But I mean, we don't.
Once we can get them in,
just
they can lock them up. Then it'll be a done deal.
Okay, so now you're out, waiting to go through this whole bullshit again. First of all, you had 2 trials, right? Prior to this last one,
right?
Did they give you the most retarded lawyer that they could find? Because judging by some of the shit that I've been reading and some of the state, I was like, how the fuck is somebody gonna get locked up for this shit?
Man, that dude they gave, the first lawyer was good, right? He was new.
Okay.
And he was hungry. And that's the one I got the hung jury for, and he got witnesses out there and everything, and he made a couple of mistakes here and there, but they're rookie mistakes, what I mean? He was new. And the second guy, though, when, and this all messed up the system is too. So when I'm going, so they tell me when I get the hung jury, my lawyer says that in 3 months I get the case dropped. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right. Well, a month and a half later, they re-indict me. Okay. And then so he's like, well, we're going to have to go to trial again, so I'm going to have to charge you more money. And I'm like, we don't got the money. We just lost the fucking house paying for the first trial.
Right.
Right? So then so he goes to the court and he tells the judge, look, he don't got no money, so can you put me on the case as a court-appointed lawyer? Mm-hmm. She says no. And then takes him off and then gives me this fucking ridiculous dude named John Gates, who looks like he was in fucking IRS for 30 fucking years, and he was fucking hated his life, and he just retired.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, wow.
And then this guy, like, when we go to trial, what really fucked me the most out of everything, I think, is that one of his last statements, man, his closing statement, right, was, like, even if my client were to do it, if it was him, he didn't intentionally want to kill him.
What the fuck?
So you just fucking said I was guilty.
Oh, wow. You just said the dude up to dry.
Fuck, so
the fuck?
Yeah, he was a piece of shit. He was a piece of shit lawyer. I mean, I don't even know how and he's still a fucking lawyer, that piece of shit. Yeah.
Oh shit. So what was the name?
John Gates.
Yo, if you guys are into some shit, right? Knock him out and fuck him. If you guys are into some shit, stay away from John motherfucking Gates.
Yep.
That motherfucker retarded. Motherfucker be like, well, maybe he fucked it. He fucking did it. But I mean, it wasn't. What the fuck is that? That's supposed to. Even we know that shit, and we watch Law and Order and shit. You know what I mean? You don't do some ignorant shit. Even OJ would have said some shit like that, and he damn near wrote a book about how to kill a bitch.
Yeah.
If I did.
Yeah.
If I did,
right?
Yeah.
This motherfucker.
I dreamed about it.
So your first day out, man, coming out,
What was your first meal?
That was hilarious.
What, it was like a 2-pound steak?
God damn.
Yeah, we went to
Cattleman's.
Can't get away from that.
No, Great American.
Great American.
Okay,
Okay, but we went to Great American. So we're all walking in the front. And he stands there. He's at the doors, and he's standing there because he's used to waiting for an officer to open the doors.
I'm waiting to hear the buzzard.
Oh,
Yeah.
So we're all walking in because we're not used to being institutionalized. So then we turn around, and John Mambella is like, "You can come in. Just open the door. You can come in." He's like, "Okay."
Remember, he don't speak English. He's an ESL kid. You gotta talk
Tell him what you want.
You gotta talk to him fucking Italian.
You make hand signals. Can I get some salt?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was.
I was in
wild.
boot camp. That's what I'm thinking. It was because you got to. You got to do that for ketchup.
One for
You're
pepper, 2 for salt. Yeah.
ketchup.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
So, and then we're sitting there, and there's news people and all these people, and it's all like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then I see him fucking with his knife. The steak knife.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You believe they give us steak knives here?"
And when I'm telling you that, I'm putting
Trying to put it.
Yeah,
You're
hiding
taking.
this
You
shit.
don't have to steal it. I got knives at home.
Right. We're good.
I was like, "You don't have to do that. Get it out your sleeve." He's like,
But it was unconscious. You
Yeah,
know,
it
I
just-
wasn't even thinking about it. And then when she told me you can't do that, and I was like, that's when I really caught myself. Like I was like, what the fuck am I doing? You know,
Yeah.
putting a fucking knife in my goddamn.
Oh, you
food.
really doing it? I'm just joking and shit. Yeah. What the
he
fuck?
do it.
Yeah.
He
what-
do it.
Oh shit.
there was a bunch of crazy stuff
Shit,
he would
man.
Probably
do.
telling him, "Hey, you grab that knife, girl. I got you." Get
No,
my back.
dude. And then when we were living at our house, you know, like there was a car that was lost, and they were trying to look for where they were going. We found this out after, but they pulled into our driveway to try to reverse back out. He went crazy. He's like, "Amanda, go give me the shortest knife in the kitchen."
Oh shit.
And then he's like, "Get down on the floor, crawl." And we're like, "What?"
You're
the-"
like fucking.
Yeah.
Bear crawl. Bear crawl.
Yeah, we're like, "What the hell?" And
Turn the lights off.
yeah.
It's because I told her, I said, look, get down and go in the kitchen, get me a knife. I said, get the smallest one too, because I already know more people are going to get big knives.
Yeah.
And that's ridiculous. You need a fucking small knife so you can hit, stick, move, and get out. You know what I mean?
shit.
Shit,
So
I
like-
just learned some shit.
I told her, don't get the big knife, get the little knife.
You have to edit that shit.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how to
They
edit
break
that.
out I have a box cutter. I'm like, yeah, bitch.
OJ's been like, I would have done it different.
Fucking Ninja Turtles was on to some shit. Now they see they were
then-
locked up before. He has the 2 little knives. He's like,
yeah.
yeah.
I'll fuck somebody
And I
up.
thought the bigger the better. I'm like, yeah.
And I remember one time we were taking a shower. Oh my God, we were taking. Sorry, brother.
Oh shh.
He don't watch this shit. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he does. We were taking a shower, right? And then his loofah fell on the, and he didn't even think twice. He just straight with he stood up like his loofah fell, and he went with his foot,
Yeah.
no bending down.
Hey, you can't
He's
risk
like-
it. You can't risk it off to those fucking.
Yeah, I
Them
was like,
toes can
what?
grab them toes can grab every. They're like fingers. They're like,
Well,
Yeah.
it's like a fucking turned to a little spider monkey
And
and
they come
shit.
up behind my back and grab the
I was like, why'd you do that? He was like,
oh, you never know.
Ain't no Brokeback Mountain shit going down
Oh,
here.
and I used to like to fuck with her. You know what I mean? Cause
Yes.
Because I knew I had some fucked up ways too. You know, so
Yeah.
you know, like the
But you turned it on.
Yeah. So I would tell her like, "Hey, baby, are you into rope pulling?" And then she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make myself the room look like a cell."
Oh,
and I said, and then you just make your hair, tie your hair up, and then we'll put you in a beanie, and I'm gonna leave a sneakers on the bed.
The
And
fuck?
we're gonna act like it's your first day here.
Oh shit.
she's looking at
Yeah.
me. She's looking at me. Right? She's like, but she's trying to be cool, right? She's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Let's do
I'm
it.
down.
Okay, I'm down. Let's do it.
But
Is it a king size Snickers?
but can we go to counseling after this?
Right?
I'm gonna do this, but can we get help?
Right. Can I get a Twix instead?
I wasn't gonna do it. In my head, I was like, yeah. I was trying to be cool for him. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm down. Let's. And then in my head, I was like, I'm done. That's my breaking point. I'm not.
I'm gonna act like I'm packing all my shit up, right?
They're shipping me out to another
Yeah.
farm.
I'm going to another farm.
This is over.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shit. Oh, shit.
Can you open the door for me?
All right.
Yeah, that first year was like super hard. He came out like mentally like a 16-year-old.
Oh, well,
like,
yeah, you don't.
Yeah,
you stay
it
right there.
was-
It's like
Yeah.
you're in a time capsule. You
It
know?
was
Yeah.
it was we went through
Yeah,
a
it
lot
was
that
crazy.
first year.
Then I mean, the world changed when you came out.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
I mean, you see it on TV and stuff, but you know, now you got all that whack ass music, and you know what I mean.
That's the first thing you go to is the whack ass music, not the Apple phone.
No, well, it's because
But you got the whack ass music.
because he went in when
They
it was
heard the
top.
whack ass music in there, motherfucker. And
No, you were singing whack ass music.
Right. The horse was singing, who was leading the quartet and shit. Oh shit. So first question, I would do first thing coming out. How long did you go before y'all fucking smashed?
First day.
Hey,
That's what I'd be like. You're free. Boom.
First day.
Knock it out and fuck her.
it was hard at first though, because it was
Because I'm gonna have to knock you out first. I'm gonna have to knock you out first, baby.
I'm gonna have to teach you how to fight real quick.
Right,
We
yeah,
have to
babe.
draw blood.
But you're gonna have to fight for your life. This is some real shit.
Right. That's the last thing you want to do. Just
We're gonna go 4 rounds.
just caress her hair and be like, "This."
I ain't gonna fight you every round. I got my boy.
Right.
I'm gonna bring Curtin
We
in.
got Droopy. We got
Droopy.
Curtin. We got Curtin.
Snapper. Red Snapper.
Fucking bring in Sleepy. Yeah. Right. I'll hold her.
We got sleeping booty, guys.
Grab her hair. I'll smack her ass.
Snow White couldn't hang, so we're good.
Oh shit! Right. Just caressing her hair is like, this might hurt a bit, babe. What?
Why are you
I love
smelling
you.
my hair?
Right. I love you. Oh shit!
No,
So
like
right off the bat.
Yeah, he got like butt ass naked, and he's like, he goes, "This is me. This is what I look like. Now your turn." And I'm like, "Turn off the light."
Hell no! I want to watch everything.
The fuck that
Open up
shit.
the windows. I want everybody to watch this shit.
Everybody gonna know.
want
What's
the-
going
I
on.
know you
want
guys got
everybody-
cameras now. Yeah, I know you guys put one right there.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I want the whole neighborhood to hear you.
Yeah, yeah. He's the one moaning. She's like, why is he doing that? He's doing weird shit. He's done. He's sucking his thumb.
Right? Oh shit! Who's Ray Ray? Who the fuck is Ray
Why
Ray?
were you screaming, Ray Ray?
That's why you want a Snickers, you dirty motherfucker.
Ray Ray, you learned some new shit.
Do you know what a fifi is?
Oh shit! We're about to find out.
Yeah, I know what a fifi is.
What's a
It's
fifi?
like a sock, right? Yeah.
What?
It's like a pocket pussy.
How do you know?
Oh, that's what's up.
I was in the military.
Oh shit! Same shit. Same shit.
It's like being in prison.
Yes.
When I was on a big ass ship, so
Oh, a
it was like
carrier?
prison rules, I guess.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
So that's where I learned what a fifi was.
Oh, shit.
I didn't experience a fifi.
Oh.
It's because I got mental shit that I could
Yes.
go back to.
He
You know what I'm
does.
saying?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
I go to reruns. I don't need porn. I got it all here.
You
I got it all
Were
here.
you a sailor?
Huh?
You were a sailor?
Yeah.
The opening in the butt?
No, I was in the front. Mine was in the front.
It's not gay when you're underway.
Oh shit! That's what's
Damn, what
up.
the hell? She was in the military?
I'm gonna start calling you Fifi.
No, but I knew what all that shit was, man.
Yeah, we'll go with military. Oh shit! So what kind of crazy shit were you doing when you got home first? Getting out of this shit besides the
Getting your
fucking
freak on,
loofah
but yeah.
and fucking like jackrabbits and shit. Like,
Yeah.
what other crazy shit would you do?
Like one of the things that would always blow my mind, I couldn't go to a Walmart because I'd be just
I still can't go to
dumbfounded.
Walmart.
But like I would just look at everything and just be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What am I gonna get? Like, it'll be deodorant, and
Uh-huh.
I'll take an hour for deodorant. Babe, remember? She's
Yeah.
like, just pick one, and I'm like, how the fuck do I pick one? Look at this one.
This
Look
has
at
a
it.
lot of aluminum.
Right.
This was
like,
clear.
This is gonna find
And
the
then
right
and then we
set.
would forget that he doesn't know a lot of things. So like at Walmart, his first time going, like we're waiting for him to pay, and I'm like looking at something by the register, and he doesn't know how to use his fucking debit card. So he's like, what do I do? And I'm like, oh shit, I forgot. Come here.
I'm gonna need you to turn around.
Right, I got commissary. I got commissary. Put that on my account, God. Put that on my account, dog. Grab a Snickers, baby.
Like, who buys 10 boxes of ramen?
No, and that's true too, because like he would always get like 4 of everything, like
Yeah.
deodorants, because like when you're gonna have a riot, you have to stock up.
Yo,
on
Yeah.
be
stuff.
The
stuffed up.
pillowcase,
Yeah, no
right?
shit,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He would always out here. He would always get. He still does.
Yeah.
He still gets 4
4 of
like
everything.
a lot more of everything.
Damn. So I was talking to your brother, and he was telling me some shit. He's like, dude, you got to ask about this. So he was telling me that you would hide shanks in the house.
In every room.
In every, like,
What?
So you take the time to make shanks at home and then just
go hide them and stuff,
strategically put them.
It's because
you can make a shank out of everything, right?
Yeah,
like
newspaper. And then I don't have a weapon. I don't have a gun.
Yeah.
So I was going to trial. I couldn't. I mean, even now I don't have one. But back then, I mean, I didn't even I couldn't, even if I wanted one, I couldn't get one.
Right.
So like I said, I've always had just in case anybody comes in the house or whatever. So I'd always have shanks all over the place. So if somebody would break in the house or whatever, any room that we're in, I know that within reach, I got something to get that fucker.
God, how many shanks did you have in the house?
I don't even know where they
fucking
were.
Don't even.
But it was badass because out here,
it's like, hey babe, don't put your head there. Hold on.
I work construction, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I get all that fucking metal, and I'll be like, holy fucking. Then I got and then you got all the grinders and shit. So I'm like, holy goddamn, I can make all kinds of fucking badass.
I'm making a samurai in this bitch.
Right. Hey,
you're not going to use any of that rebar. Holy shit.
I mean, I wouldn't even put the little gauge on them, remember? And she's like, "What do you got the line on there?" And I'm like, because if you stab somebody, it's automatically the body's gonna stick to the shank, right? So you put that little gauge in there, a little opening, so it puts air there, so you can stick and come out. What the fuck?
That's some next level shit. I need to go make one.
Oh, shit. I know somebody can make you one. Right? This dude be making shit. Hey, Juanito, you want one? It's for your wife, for the kids.
Where's all
for the kids and shit?
Where's all the bars of soap? They're all shanks and shit.
Fucked up. Oh, shit. Dude, this motherfucker's the real Shawshank, dog. It's just a real
I made one out of soap one time.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
It's like, babe, I need to wash my body. Oh, here it is. Be careful with the tip. It's real sharp.
But that way, I just did it. I was bored. I was like, I wonder what the fuck this would look like.
When you have time, that's
damn. You were in the shower for a long time. You're like,
I'm brushing my hair.
Yeah. But he's washing himself with his foot and shit.
Right.
That motherfucker's talented and shit. Scrubbing his back.
Oh shit!
God damn, octopus!
Oh fuck, man! All right, so I'm trying to see where we're at in the story here.
When you first got out.
There you go. First got out. So what other crazy was that? Was that as bad as it got? Did you do other wild shit? Like
driving?
What blew your fucking mind, man?
Everything out here blew my mind because it was just crazy out here, like when I went to Galveston and we're out this in this freaking boat out in the ocean. And I mean, it was just and then John, when it came to, when John's a millionaire, you know what I'm saying? So he's taking me to all these millionaire places with all these millionaire people. Like we're in these fucking places that look like you're in the fucking Titanic.
Oh wow.
Shit.
With shanks. With fucking shanks.
And you're the only one. I bet you're the only one that was shanked. No. I'll put money on that shit.
There's a safe
I had the books wrapped around.
The phone books? Yeah, the phone books.
Hey, you guys got phone books? We don't have those anymore, sir. You don't have any more phone books? Oh, shit. I feel unsafe.
I can't go.
A Bible. You got a Bible?
Oh, shit.
I need a book.
So that was mind blowing, being around all that stuff. And that's what made me.
Because you got to think when he, in the 90s, El Paso hated him.
Yeah.
They hated him.
Yeah, public enemy number one.
Yeah. So now he comes out and everyone loves him. There's so much support and he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. All right. So
everybody just had it twisted.
Yeah.
So we'll fast forward.
Yeah,
so
and I'm not used to being hugging and all that together. Yeah. I was like, whoa, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
So now you go to court, you go through the case, and I think for YouTube purposes, I can't bring up the clip of when they give the verdict. The whole thing goes down. The guy that you got, what was the name of the lawyer that you had?
Joe Spencer.
Badass.
That dude, from the little bit I heard from him, that motherfucker knows what he's talking about.
Oh, he's a legend.
He's the go-to guy, right?
He's a legend.
He's a fixer.
He's a bad boy, But it was him, Felix. It was Josh,
Louis Gutierrez.
I mean, it was a team effort. Like this wasn't just one. This was everybody just literally Saturdays. Just going over shit and going over everything, going over stats and I mean, this was a team effort. This was not just. It wasn't.
They became like family.
Yeah, we all became
to
family.
this day. We still.
How long was that last court case?
The last court was
a week.
It was only a week. Mm-hmm. That whole week when you're in there and you're fucking,
you have no idea what the fuck's gonna happen.
Oh my god, it was frustrating. It was the most stressful we've ever been in. So we have kids. By this time, we have my daughter and then the 2 kids together. There was a Christian church that said we'll watch them for free, no charge during your trial. I got time off of work, whatever. Every day. I mean, that was the hardest time for me because he didn't take the Alferd plea, so this is it.
It's
a lot of weight was on me because I'm like, I'm the one who convinced them not to take that plea, so this better not come out fucked up,
right?
You know, so it was hard for him because he'd be watching the kids playing like after a trial day, and he would start to break down and get emotional, and he's like, is this gonna be it? Like, is this gonna be my last time with them? And I'm like, no, and I'd be crying. But I didn't want him to see me weak, so I would look away. This was usually our pillow talk at night, you know, and I'd be looking away, and I would be crying, but I'd be like, no, it's not. You're gonna be fine. We got this. Don't worry about it. So, the last day of trial, when they were gonna tell the verdict that day in the morning, we went to drop the kids off, and we had to do it early when the sun was barely coming up, so it was still dark outside. We drove. And we had these neighbors across the street, this couple, they were always fighting. So when we were leaving, Daniel saw a rose on the street. So he's like, oh, they probably got in a fight. And she threw the flower out. She was mad. So then by the time we were coming back to get ready for court, the sun had just come up, and we see what really it was. It was a trail of roses to our up to our driveway. It led up to our driveway.
Oh, wow.
And there was
with a couple of white ones at the very top.
And we're like, well, who was this? So we start calling people, family. We asked the neighbors. To this day, we don't know. Nobody's owned up to who left us those roses. But I took them to court. And, that court date. Oh, my God, dude. So we're sitting and we're waiting for a verdict. We don't know when it's going to come, if it's going to even come that day. Stressed out as fuck, right? Yeah. So it's a public forum. Anybody in the public is allowed to go in, right? Yeah. So we're waiting. And this crackhead from downtown. I can't make this shit up. A female. She comes up there and she has a bag of popcorn.
So she found out they were passing out popcorn.
That's what's up.
She has a bag of popcorn and she's munching away. And so she walks up to us and we're sitting down and we're like, fuck. And she tells Daniel, so what do you think's gonna happen? She's like, you think they're gonna find you guilty?
Yeah. You gonna have popcorn tomorrow?
She's like, what are you gonna do if they find you guilty?
Yeah. And I was like, get her the fuck out.
We had to pull Amanda away for it. Amanda was gonna whip her.
Get her the fuck. He knows I have a good left hook too.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Role played.
I'm like, man, out of 20 years that I was gone, I said I've only been hit so hard that I seen stars 3 times in my life, right? And I was like, and you're one of the times.
I was like, get her the fuck out my face right now. And then they were like, yeah, you gotta go, girl.
Yeah, I was worried about that.
Yeah, that's
so many stupid. Ignorant people, and people just kept coming up like, what's up? I'm like, just get the fuck away.
And I felt like I was in my death sentence. I literally felt like I didn't have the faith in the system. I didn't have faith in the system, and that's what I told Amanda. I'm like, I do not have faith in the jury.
Right.
I do not believe that they're because the jury's gonna want to go home. They're gonna want to be with the kids. They're gonna be thinking about vacation, about paying the bills. They're not worried about me.
Right.
I said, and I've been through this already before. So I in my head I was like, man, I'm gonna be fucked. I'm gonna get gut.
Yeah.
So knowing that I was thinking I'm gonna get fucked like that, I said, well, fuck. Then when I go to prison, I'm gonna get took out. So I'm like, well, fuck. It was like my death sentence, So everything that I was doing, it was like if I had cancer and I knew at this certain day that I was gonna pass. So I had to enjoy all this time.
Yeah, that you can.
Yeah.
So why were you so certain that 2 years was the limit if you go back and you're done?
Because that would be about the time. 2 years, I figure maybe 2 or 3. I mean, it could be right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? But I give myself faith that I'm gonna give them trouble.
Okay.
I ain't gonna go out without a fight.
Right. Okay.
So they're gonna have to try a few times, bro.
I wanted to say too, there was this really cool moment too during the trial. Like after the prosecutors did all of their witnesses, our attorneys told Daniel, like, we're gonna rest, like, we're not even gonna bring up anybody. What? And I was like, the fuck, you're not. So he tells Daniel that, and Daniel's like, well, I have to talk to Amanda first and see if she's okay with that. So they bring us into this little closet area. It's tiny, and it's his lawyers, his posse, and me, and they sit me down, and his lawyer tells me, we're gonna rest, we're not bringing anybody. And I said, no. So he's trying to explain to me why, and I'm like, no, we need to bring up our side now, we need to. And then I tell him, you know what, Mr. Spencer, bring me your wife.
Oh, shit.
Bring your wife in here. Because she knows you the best. And he's like, okay. So he brings her in. She's an old, cute lady. And then she sits right across from me. We're sitting, and all the guys are standing around us like, what the fuck? And then she mainly speaks Spanish. But I told her, what do you think? What do you suggest? Do you trust your husband enough for my husband? Right. She grabbed my face in her hands, and she said, I trust him, mija. He's doing the right thing. And I'm like, okay, then we're resting then.
And that was also deja vu, you know what I'm saying? Because in my second trial, when I got convicted, you know, the lawyer was like, we just need one witness. That's all we need.
The fuck?
So it was like I was going back to
this motherfucker had a vacation to go to, or what the that motherfucker had a ticket to Disneyland for some shit, or what the fuck?
So he's like, I'm like, all right.
We just need one witness, and if he did it, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Can we wrap this up real quick? My flight's gonna leave.
Got that Grammys music playing in the background. Wrap this shit up, B. So now we go to the court. They're about to read the verdict.
Oof.
What's the thought of your head?
Man.
Dude, everybody and their mother said you could cut the tension in that room with a knife.
I could just
I've heard multiple stories ever since that verdict. People said they pulled over to watch it while they were driving. People were at work, and they were like, hold on, I need to see this. What's going to happen? I mean, I wanted to look at the jurors when they walked in. You know, they tell us all to rise. And I wanted to base it kind of off their expressions. But yes, dude.
Poker face.
Like poker face. I was like, fuck, I can't fucking tell.
Nothing. So you really don't even know what the fuck's going to happen.
Wow. No. And then like in the video, you see him start to get weak and start to break down, and he's thinking about so I'm like crying because I'm like, I just want to grab him. Like I want to be like, it's okay. Yeah. But I can't. So then they say, sit down, and then they tell him to stand up for his verdict. I almost stood up my damn self. I was like, I'm with you. Like, I was like, oh. So I sat back down. My brother was sitting right next to me, and he was like, it's okay. We got it. And then, I mean, what were you going through?
I was, because, you know, when we were walking in there, you know, I seen, Ray had, right? Her brother had my baby boy. So when I seen that, I was like, fuck, man. I'm like, I started thinking if we made the right choice to go to trial, right? I was thinking, okay, I know we made the right choice as far as going to trial and stuff, but what I mean is, like, was it more out of pride? Like, you know what, this is pride, or
was it the smart move?
Was it the right move? Because I was like, fuck, you know, because one thing to say when you fight for justice, all thing, but when you got your life on the line, that's a whole different story. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that's what was freaking me out. That's what I was going through my head. I was like, fuck, did we do the right thing for the kids? And then I kept thinking of my daughter, my first daughter, and I was like, fuck, man, I'm gonna lose out on everything again.
Yeah. So then they read the verdict, and everybody sees you break down, because, I mean, how could you not, right? That's fucking 20 years. 20 plus years of bullshit. The vindication finally comes.
Yeah.
You hear? I saw your brother in the back. He's a big mother. He's a tall motherfucker. Little goofy looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
I did. I fought him before. Fucking.
He beat your ass?
No, he ain't do shit.
Why you're mad?
He ain't do shit. That motherfucker's slow. He's slow. He tall and slow.
He get winded.
You heard me. You heard me, motherfucker. You know it's true.
Anyways, round two.
I knocked the headgear off of you.
I got a shank.
Yeah, right. I got backup. Oh no, shit, he's got backup. And the left hook on the side. So now you're finally vindicated. What's the first thing you do, man? Now you're finally gonna be a free man, completely with no restrictions, no fucking stigma that, hey, there goes that dude who did blah 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 blah.
Exactly.
What's that feel like, dude?
Oh, it felt amazing, huh, baby? Even like the first night, like once that happened, like we were like that first day, we're just emotionally drained.
Yeah.
Like we couldn't even. Yeah, we were like just defeated.
We had to do interview after interview.
We had to do interviews, and then we had to, like, they were like, they're throwing it it was a celebration going on, and we didn't want to. We wanted to be home and
you just want to rest,
But we had to go through all that, so we did that, and then we had to wait for one of the last interviews was like at 10:30 at night because they wanted to do it live.
Okay.
So it was that first day was just like a zombie. Everybody was just like, we're just going through the motions. But we went to sleep that night, and I told her, man, it feels freaking weird, man, to sleep actually without this burden on me,
Yeah, just
because it's always on your mind. Like you can be in traffic, and then I'll look at people, right? We're all stuck in traffic, and everybody's fucking pissed off, and I'll be like, fuck, I wonder how it feels like to just fucking be stuck in traffic and not worried about having to go to fucking court for a goddamn capital murder case.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it felt totally different.
You're the only one enjoying traffic.
Smiling.
I fucking love it right here.
Fucking singing songs and shit
I'll
like a motherfucker.
I'll absolutely stop for this light right here. I'm on my way. Can't pass it.
So that's it just felt liberating. Like I was like, I can do anything.
And then
like your first vacations and all that shit.
Yeah, so he was super, after not guilty, he was super energized and was like, fuck yeah, let's justice reform, Amanda, come on. And I'm like, I'm fucking tired.
Yeah.
I've been doing the justice reform this whole time. I'm tired now.
Yeah,
like, give me a break.
Right.
And he's like, because did you hear about this case? Did you hear about this wrongful? I'm like, yes, boy, I've heard it. I've heard it all.
Yeah.
That's because I could finally hear these stories without having to be like, fuck, is this going to be me or what?
And this ring that he's wearing, that's an exoneree ring. Only exonerees can get this.
They give you an actual fucking ring?
Well, this guy by the name of Kirk Bloodsworth. He's an exoneree. He's actually the first exoneree on DNA in America. And he makes them. He hand makes them. He does a different one for death row exonerees, and then that one is for regular exonerees.
What the fuck?
It's very hard to get a ring like that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
No, I mean like time-wise.
I'm sure.
You have to do. No,
I
mean,
definitely
like,
don't want that fucking ring. Just putting that out there in the fucking universe and shit. I do not.
Fuck a Super Bowl ring.
Right?
Well, this is the ring.
Man, I don't want that shit.
No, I mean like when I asked him, like he's like, I have a backlog. Like it takes me time to make these, whatever. But I was like, I want to get it for him for Father's Day. Like if
That's
I like with
cool.
me,
Wow.
if I want something, I'm gonna keep trying until I get it. And I got it for him for Father's Day.
That
like a
is
lot of people
fucking
tell me,
wild.
right? Like a lot of exonerees, like, how the fuck did you get the ring, man? I got it before you.
That's because I'm Daniel fucking Villegas, motherfucker.
Because my wife nagged.
Right. My wife's got a good left hook, motherfucker.
Yeah. She got shit done.
Square up.
Debo ain't got shit on her.
All right, so now what's next, dude? What do you do? Like, what's the next move? You've been through all this shit. Do you have any faith in with the system that you have right now?
Yes, no, I do. I mean, and it's not just so much because of, so much of my case. I work for the system now. I work for a law firm now, Castrina Multi Law Firm. What's up? That's us. Yeah, get in trouble. We got you. Marriage problem. We got you too.
Right, we'll save you.
But so it's so I work with the justice system now, and it's
The Phoenix Project.
I mean, I work with Judge Bonnie a lot. She called me to do a Phoenix project for her probation needs.
Yeah, Judge Bonnie Rangel is a felony
Amazing
court.
job.
So she has her and the district attorney assistant had made this project. It's called the Phoenix Project, and they select probationers to be a part of it, and they help them while they're on probation with her court, with finances, with counseling, but they go the extra mile than regular probationers.
Okay.
And so they asked Daniel to be a speaker on it, and then we've volunteered like with Uber gift cards. We give them like, this probationer can't make it to their urine analysis.
Right.
Use an Uber card and you can get back and forth. We've done that. And then he sometimes he'll pop in and talk to them on the YouTube Zoom court.
Yeah.
And tell them like, hey, if I can do it, you guys can do it. Motivational speaking.
Right.
Oh, nice.
Stuff like that.
Dude, that's fucking
Yeah, and then we do
crazy.
like podcasts like this one. We do a bunch of we work with Proclaim Justice for doing other trying to get other people out.
We work with Jason Flom. He's like my bestie now. I can't even believe it. The other day he called. I needed help with an exoneree because I help wives how I used to be with him.
Right.
The chain.
I help wives because I was alone. I was like, nobody understands what I'm going through. No woman does.
Right.
So I made a group to help them, like with their fighting their case. Some of them, their men are exonerated now. Some are still in, whatever. But Jason Flom, I needed help with an exoneree who wanted to be on his podcast.
Yeah.
So I said, "Oh yeah, I'll call him. He's my friend." So I called him.
Let me text him real quick.
Yeah. Hold on. FaceTime? Is it FaceTime bar?
Hey,
So-
Jay, what's up, Jay? Yeah, it's your girl.
Oh my God, he made my day. So I called him, and then he calls me back because he's always busy. He calls me back. He's like, "So I just left Dr. Phil's house, and I watched, and I'm
Dr.
like,
Phil?
what?
Dr. Phil. That's one of his best friends.
Yeah, I was like,
fuck
Dr.
outta
Phil.
here.
And he's like, yeah, anyway, I let him watch Daniel's Not Guilty thing. And oh my God, he loved it. Whatever. What's up? What do you need? So I tell him, I need help with this exoneree. We do a 3-way call. So the exoneree is talking to Jason, giving him his spiel, whatever. And then Jason, he goes, "Oh, I need you to know one thing about me. When Amanda says jump, I say how high." And I was like,
fuck?
I could die now. I could die. I could die now. Fuck.
Oh shit.
That's funny.
Yeah,
He's
this
awesome.
is name dropping with Dr. Phil and shit. What
Yeah.
the?
He helped
this
us get
guy-
our first house.
Yeah, he helped us get
He
Dr.
gave us-
Phil?
No,
No,
Oh, I was like,
Jason,
Dr. Phil? Oh,
Jason
shit.
Flom.
Call him.
Oh, okay.
Call him for me.
He gave us $14,000.
Oh,
shit.
wow.
Like this guy is amazing, man.
And
This
he's
guy
like,
helps.
if you ever need any more, anything, you need anything, you tell me.
That's
Oh, wow.
Like, this guy,
fucking
and it's like he does this for all kinds
All
of people.
kinds of people. He's adopted an exoneree.
Yeah, I mean,
Really?
this guy really,
Wow.
man. I mean, when I'm talking about, you think about this dude can do all kinds of stuff, and this guy's just out. That's what he loves to do. He loves
Yeah,
to
that's
get
his
out
thing.
there and help people, and that's what we told him too. Like when we told him, hey, I'll pay him back. He was like, man, just pay it forward, man. That's all. That's how
Right.
you pay it back to me, by paying it forward. When you're in the position,
Yeah.
where you can do it for somebody else, do it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's the
So,
best,
I mean,
it's the
yeah.
best advice.
And
you
I've
could
learned a
give.
lot from him, like advocacy. I've
Right.
learned how to advocate.
Well, the Alferd plea.
Yeah.
The Alferd plea because of him.
Yeah.
So I owe him a lot.
So now when you see a cop, what goes through your head, man?
Shit.
You
I was
see
like-
PD, do you
I look at him like, bro, I wish he would.
Do you stop dropping? Right? Do you stop, drop, and roll? Like, what do you? What,
No,
yeah.
cops
Like,
have
what do
been
you-
so pleasant with Daniel.
Well, they
Alferd.
probably almost have to be after they. You know what I mean? Like,
They've been really, really respectful to him, and
Yeah.
like they've come up and been like, "Man, how are you?" Blah,
You know what
blah.
the craziest thing is? The state troopers.
the
Oh,
troopers.
yeah.
The state troopers. I was at a 7-Eleven one time.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so I get in there and then I turn around, I see a state trooper. I'm like, oh shit, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm not doing nothing wrong, right?
Right,
But
right.
I'm already
Just have
thinking,
it.
do I got my license with me? Do I got that?
Right.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
have it.
And then he said, hey man, ain't you Daniel Villegas? Yeah. And then he gave me a hug, and I was like, holy shit. So yeah, you know, and then another time I was with another state trooper, same thing. So like with I don't know what it is, but the state troopers have shown me a lot of.
Really?
I mean, that was crazy. Even the 7-Eleven clerk was like, holy shit.
Right.
Like, who's this dude?
Let me get in on this hug.
We're all
Let me
humans,
get in
man.
on this hug.
Right?
One love. It's
Yeah.
all humans, humanity.
So after you get exonerated, does the city ever say, or does the dude who fucking locked you up ever say, "Yo, my bad"?
Hell
Or is
no.
there ever anything?
There are some cases, but not in his.
Yeah.
He's to this
Oh,
day.
yeah.
Yeah,
He
'cause I
will
mean,
not.
what
he will
can
not.
you possibly say to be like, I fucked up, dog? You know, I had a rough day. I slept for 3 days. Like, what can you possibly fucking say? You know what I mean? There's no getting back your 20 years.
They're not.
You
Yeah.
know? Not only that, all the fucking ass whippings,
All
the
that.
fucking mindset that has to fucking change. Then you
The
have that
missing out on his daughter's life.
missing out on people's
She's
lives.
26 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
How does that?
Wow.
Do you still talk to your daughter? How does that?
We don't talk a lot, you know, but it's kind of off and on.
Still kind of funky.
I talk more to her.
Yeah,
See?
Amanda does.
Yeah, that's
You
fucking
know.
wild though. I can't even imagine if
That's
on,
fucked up.
on her behalf. You know what I mean? That's now some fucking asshole just stole your dad.
And then can you imagine she has to
fucking
watch
years.
like him have a family?
Right.
That
is
she
fucking
couldn't have.
nuts, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's another thing, you know. And then she see me with these kids, and you know how I am with these kids,
Right.
and then you know it's that
It
other
messes
part of
with
it.
her, like,
Yeah,
'cause she messed out on
Yeah, exactly. But then again, like I would love to tell her, it's if I hadn't got locked up, right, I wouldn't have been the dad I am.
Right.
Back then.
So
You
is
know,
it almost
because
a
I was
blessing?
a kid. Yeah, because I was a kid. I'm not
Yeah.
saying I would have been a bad dad, but
Who knows?
I wasn't being
Who
the
knows?
type of dad
Yeah.
I am right now. Because now I'm
Yeah.
40, so I got more patience. You got more
Yeah.
wisdom.
You
know.
ain't 40.
Oh shit!
You know,
you're 40-ish.
I'm in my late 30s.
There you go. We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Okay, in your 20s.
Yeah, keep talking. I'm gonna get younger.
Oh shit! Grab the Snickers.
God damn, Benjamin Button over here. He gets younger and shit. I'm 12.
A speech impediment fucked up your words.
Oh shit!
Think you meant
That's
something
true
else.
love. When you can fuck up somebody's speech, that's love.
This motherfucker got a speech impediment.
Right? Stutter some other shit out, motherfucker. Stutter some other shit out. You know you ain't fucking 40.
Get it out. Get it out.
Today, motherfucker.
Today.
Oh shit! Oh,
fucked up. Hey man, they're talking shit. Don't shank me.
I'm already.
You
done,
got one?
dude.
Hey, did we check this room before?
You already hit 3 before you got here.
Let me check underneath the table.
Why do you keep on drinking that Pepsi? It's on the side of it. It's on the side of that shit.
It's gonna start wrapping it up.
Right. So for our last podcast, thanks for tuning into our last podcast.
Check your butt.
Right. There goes Danny Villegas again. Danny Villegas again in the news. Right. In recent news, a fat podcaster had 3 shanks, and his boy Jules was trying to get some fucking salt. A fucking Fifi on the side and shit. Oh shit,
man,
dude.
God, I love Fifi.
Eddie.
Fuck, dude. Eddie. Dude, so so we're going almost 2 hours already, and I think I've already wasted enough of your Saturday or of your day. I appreciate you taking the time to do this. You guys are fucking amazing, dude. Your story is fucking amazing. I know there's nothing that we can or anybody can fucking say to make up for what was lost. But if you look at it, hindsight 2020, like you said, without this, you wouldn't have been the father that you are. You got to look at the bright side. You're the prime epitome of that. You have to, because if not, there's no hope for humanity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before we leave, dude, what would you like to tell these people about anything that you want to get off your chest?
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, like, do you want to talk about, you'll either do the shit right or anything that you have to say to people to keep up with the straight and narrow, or just to keep them out of trouble, or do you have anything to say to the people?
I mean, just don't get into it. I mean, that gangster lifestyle, that prison lifestyle, is not where it's at. I mean, it may look cool in a movie,
right?
But the movie ain't showing you the pain that you go through.
Yeah.
And not only the pain that's in there, and then when you come out, the pain that's out here. I mean, there's a lot of shit that happens in our life because we're fucked.
Right.
Because we have that, with us, There's a bunch of shit, that affects you in all kinds of ways. Like, mentally fucks you.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll literally one day just be breaking down and crying. Don't know what the fuck you're crying about.
Right.
Or you wake up when you're like, I always would wake up every, because we never hardly ever sleep in there.
Yeah.
So I'll always be waking up in the morning and late at night, and I'll be hitting the walls with my hand. And then everybody will be like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I'm just making sure I'm not fucking dreaming. Because I would fucking real, exactly. Because I would wake up and be panic mode and be like, no, I'm dreaming. It's not real. I'm still in prison. Yeah. It really fucks with you mentally for a while. Like that she said about the Fifi, the Shanks. Who the fuck puts Shanks around the house now? I don't do that no more. But that's how fucked up I was, Yeah. And I thought that was normal. And I thought it was cool. I was like, oh yeah, I got this badass Shank right here. So I mean, it really, there's a lot of shit that it carries on into this world. And then you have to. And so many people, you can get caught up in this world, and then it's not easy to get out once you're caught up in it. You have to be very, very strong. You have to cut ties with a lot of people that you've been, and a lot of all your comfort zones got to go. Everything got to go.
Right.
You cannot have nothing from that past. You have to totally empty out the cup, and doing that is a pain in the ass because you have to look at every fucking thing you did and come to terms with it. And then you're going to look at it and be like, fuck, man, I was really fucked up when I did this. Or what the fuck was I thinking when I did this? And it bothers you, man, because this ain't shit that fucking regular people do. This ain't normal shit.
Right.
And you're thinking to yourself, well, who the fuck am I, man? I must be a real piece of shit to do this fucking crap.
Yeah.
And then you got to get over that and still fucking, and beat that system. Yeah.
You still got to exist.
Yeah, so that's... that's the thing. I mean, but And if you're gonna change, that's what you gotta do. Don't have to when you change. That's what I always tell people, man. You cut everybody off. Like Amanda would tell you, I'd have like a lot of people from the past come to me, and I would always tell them, "Fuck you,
yeah,
I'm gone."
That's it.
You know,
it ain't worth it.
Yeah, you know, you didn't give me $10 or not even $5 the whole time I was locked up, and now I'm here, and now you're talking about how you miss me, love me, and let's go out to fucking eat or let's go drink.
Right.
Fuck you, you know.
Yeah.
So you have to cut ties with all that, and then there's like everything I do, like I always have that on my mind. Like, you know, I'm always thinking, hey, you know, when we go out to places, I'm always like, okay, well, who's there? Who's over here? Who hangs out there? Because, you know, it's something that's always going to be a part of your life now, you know,
right.
Even though you leave it to the side. So I have to avoid a lot of different places, you know, so I don't avoid different people in them places.
Right.
You know?
So you don't get back into that.
Yeah. It's not so much of getting back into it because I never would.
You just don't want to collide your worlds again.
Yeah, because I know how I am, you know, and I know what the, in other words, it's not going to be pretty, you know?
Right.
You know, and I'm more scared of what I'm gonna do than what that person's gonna do.
Right.
Because I got a life now. I got a freaking family. You have
responsibilities.
And I love this freaking job. I like my job. That's what I mean. It's my passion. I love being right there, helping these people go to trial. Like, you know, a client tells me, you know, one of the clients I was talking to him, and I was telling him about trial, and I was telling him my experience.
Right.
And I was telling him, this is what you got to be ready for. This is what boom. And so I feel like everything that happened to me in life, you know, it's helping for this job right here. You know, even like when my clients, you know, they'll tell me stuff and I'll be like, wait, though. This is what happened, bro. This is what really, really happened.
Right,
and they'll be like, what the fuck were you there? And I'm like, nah, I wasn't there, but motherfucker, I've done that my goddamn self.
Right.
Be straight up with me.
Yeah. You can't bullshit.
Yeah, so that, you know, and that's what you know, I can see all that. Like I said, so everything that I've been through in life really helped me to who I am now. And then I love this. Like it just brings me so much passion. Like when Amanda will tell you a lot, like when I watch Judge Bonnie Rangel, I cry a lot of times watching her, you know, because this is a judge who, I didn't have a judge that said, hey, man, how's your day going?
Right.
You know, never had nothing like that. And that's what it is. I mean, I'm seeing the way a lot of these judges are working now, and I'm like, fuck, if I had these judges back then, I would never have been in prison.
Yeah.
So that's why I do have faith in the system now, because it is changing, you know. It is changing a lot.
We got a new district attorney, too.
We helped district attorney.
Advocate for her and campaign for her. Jason Flom helped on her campaign as well.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a whole different system now. And that's what, and you know, so it helped me a lot.
Yeah.
And it made me who I am now, you know. And it, like I said, it feels a lot better, you know, doing this. I feel like this is my calling.
Right.
You know,
absolutely.
I mean, you know, and then my boss is like, don't give up your personal number to clients. But I'm like, fuck that. You know, there's no, they might have to call me at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
You know? And like I tell them too, like, I'm like, you're on probation. If you have to call me at 3 a.m. because you fucking want to get fucked up with something, I will be there for you.
Yeah. We'll get fucked up together. No, just kidding. You'll be there to help you out. Yeah, talk you out of it, talk you down.
Like, hell, yeah, because these people, I mean, I know what they're going through. And I mean, they'll wake up at 2 a.m. and have a panic attack because of their case, you know, and they need someone to talk to, you know, not be that person, you know.
Right. Yeah. So if so I know you're plugging a few advocacies. What websites would you guys like to plug, or who would you like to plug to get help? Or
so Proclaim Justice, proclaimjustice.org.
Okay.
If you want to, they have an application where you can apply and put your case information in it.
Okay.
So that's proclaimjustice.org. And also, if anybody wants to donate, that would be one. That one was the one that helped us in our case.
Okay.
And when you come out, they help you when you come out too.
Oh,
yeah, they've helped us too.
Super dope.
Proclaimjustice.org. The Innocence Project.
Okay.
Which is Jason Flom's. You can donate their money, give them your case or whatever.
Right.
And, you know, if anybody gets in trouble, I like to tell them, like, if you get pulled over by a police officer, first thing first is don't have an attitude. Don't be rude. But if they're coming off a certain way, like date of birth and your name, that's all you give. Don't, even if you didn't do nothing wrong, don't use your right to stay silent. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean you be an asshole too.
Right.
That's stupid.
Yeah, don't escalate it.
That is stupid.
Right.
You're gonna escalate it.
Right.
But I always tell people your date of birth and your name. That's it.
That's all you need.
That's it. Only if you can sense when a cop is just like, I want to be angry with this person, or I'm having a bad day or whatever. Just be respectful. Date of birth and your name. Okay. That's all you have to do.
Word. So here you go, guys. So again, I appreciate you guys taking these 2 hours out of your time. Like I said, the story is fucking wild. Like, it's still just the more I think about it, it's bonkers. I can't imagine even for a second the shit you guys went through, and the fact that you guys are able to stay here strong and talk about it. That is some badass shit, and I commend you guys for that. Oh shit! There you go.
Oh,
our first kiss on the podcast, motherfuckers.
That's how it starts.
Grab this, knock her out and fuck her.
Clear the table. Clear the table.
That wasn't a shank you felt. Right
oh shit! Do you guys have an Instagram or anything you guys want to plug?
Yeah. Mine is Amanda Faith Villegas and everything.
Yeah, I don't even know how to run Instagram.
His is.
I can't even put a picture on there. Everyone want to put a picture with my shirt off or something. I can't even do it.
He gets all nervous.
Shit.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
His is Daniel Villegas, but he has a few that he doesn't remember passwords to.
That's
but
what's up.
Just
so if you find them, follow them.
Yeah. All of them.
Yeah.
All of them. Yeah, so if you guys ever need to get in,
when I'm drunk, I'm making one.
if you guys ever need any information, like I said, Amanda, I'm sure will be, if it's for the right cause, she'll be there to help you guys out. And for us guys, thank you again for taking your time.
Thank you guys.
The Words on Fire podcast, subscribe, like, hit the sub notifications, and as always guys, don't be an asshole, don't be a dick.
Deuces.
Deuces.